Hey guys, it's SimplyLink here, and this is just a disclaimer before the video begins. There was actually a problem with the scaling of my OBS when I was recording this video, and I didn't realize that was the main issue. So I fixed it now, but it did make the final output very wonky. I've tried my best to make it look decent enough and readable, but I apologize that some of the effects might like gloss or like go over the screens, and so just listen to the audio to get the full idea of each card's effects because I honestly had no idea that my OBS swapped my scaling, even though I didn't even do anything to it because it's been like months since I last recorded. But yeah, I hope you guys still enjoy the video in the end. It was a lot of fun, and this is definitely a lot more casual to make and just discuss with my friends. Sorry for any background noise that happens, especially at the end. I've done my best, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll definitely be making more videos this expansion. So, if you guys are excited for that. Okay, enjoy the video, guys. Bye bye. Hey everyone, it's me, SimplyLink, and we're back with another Shadowverse video. I haven't made one in months, but this is not the video to talk about that. Today we're going to be discussing about the new cards for the upcoming expansion, Resurgent Legends. Today with me I have my two friends to do this little card review together. Please introduce yourselves.
It's me, Conarx. I'm back again. This time repping Portalcraft and Havencraft for this expansion.
And I'm Kay or Charles, you can call either one. I'll be doing sword and Portalcraft for this expansion. As what I did for last expansion, seeing both of them are my mains after all.
And as you guys already know, I'm Link and I main Runecraft and Havencraft, so I'll be repping them and looking forward to the cards in this set. So,
Mhm.
the main spotlight of the cards in the set are called Resurgent cards. They're basically cards from back in the day that got basically era polished with like new effects, new stats, and even new names. The only thing that remains the same is their new artwork. So the main meme is
Yeah.
that they lost budget because all the budget went to Worlds Beyond. I will be doing content on that in the future, and I can't wait for that. But for now, we have two more expansions to go through before we reach that. So to not waste any more time, let's begin with Forestcraft. We have a very simple rating system, a rating from 1 to 5, and explaining our own thoughts about the cards. So the first card is called Rafflesia Princess. She is a 2/2/1 that evolves into a 4/3 with the effect Fanfare. Give your leader the following effect. At the end of your turn, give your opponent's enemy followers sorry, the enemy followers -1/-1, and then if you have more evolution points than your opponent, you increase your maximum defense by 1, heal 1, and then draw a card, and then this effect does not stack and is removed after activating 2 times. So I will begin. I think this card is a 4 out of 5. It's really good. It's basically Erosive Annihilation on a body, but it only activates twice, although the exchange is that you get basically 2 draw, heal 2, and maximum HP to Forestcraft, which is really good because when Benevolent Elf rotated out, we basically lost the ability. So I think this card is very solid, simple legendary, and I think it's gonna be a staple. 4 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah. So I give this thing a 4 out of 5. It's more erosion, like the best anti-aggro thing for Unlimited did in that area. So it'll be really good.
For me, it's also a 4 out of 5 since this really helps against the those decks that are very aggro, especially with Swordcraft and the new probably gonna be the new uprising deck. It might not be better, it's probably the rising deck artifact, which has a lot of one defense cards, which will basically be nullified with this spell being erosion. Anyways, it'll be a 4 out of 5 for me.
You mean
That's my
follower?
follow. Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, so overall, pretty good. Next card. We have Insect Queen, I mean Bab's Royal Commander. She is a
Mhm.
5/5/5 that evolves into a 7/7, and her ability is that she has Ward and Fanfare summon 2 Assault Hornets and put a lethal sting into your hand. Her evolve puts another lethal sting into your hand. Before we rate her, let's see what Assault Hornet does. It's a 1/2/1 rush Bane and last words restore 2 defense to your leader. And
Mhm.
Lethal Sting, the Resurgent, is a 0 PP silver spell that reduces the enemy leader's maximum defense by 1, and if it is your 8th turn or later, it reduces it by 2, and then if Babs is on your field, you get an extra maximum defense. So overall, it's a 5/5/5 with Ward that summons 2 Rush Bane bodies that heals for 4 and gives you 2 extra maximum defense, and reduces your opponent's maximum defense by 2 or 4 depending on when you drop this. I would have to give this card like probably a 2 or 3 out of 5 because it's a very high cost card that obviously is supposed to be played on curve. But to me, it doesn't really do much. Like, yeah, it clears 3 followers and heals 4, and like it's basically just a big heal unit and deals 2
Mm.
damage, I guess. But like compared to what Forestcraft has, I don't think this is really what you need if you're playing a control strategy. I'll let the others elaborate.
Yeah. So I'm on a 2 out of 10 because the Banefallers are basically just make it fanfare pop 2 off of it, and it's not worth on like 5 on curve to waste an Evo point for only like one extra damage to the opponent, one extra healing, and it's also not due to do that on like post turn 8 when you need to then just combo the opponent and actually end the game
Yeah, I don't
at
know
that
why
point.
that spell needs to be 8 turn. What do you think, Kay?
I'm gonna
Mm.
just say 1 out of 10. Why does this card exist in this set?
I like how you guys are doing 1
Like,
out of 10, it's 1 out of 5, but sure, we'll go with
like
Well,
this
it.
card.
2 out of 5.
Why
I meant to say.
why does this card even exist? Like, it does not help, even if it's especially when the all the control, so like control supports cards like Cosmos Fang and Benediction Elf rotating. This is supposed to be a win con, but it does not bring any win con. It's super slow.
I
It's
think
not even worth running.
it's kind of like a setup, but it's way too slow at being a setup to me because like I said, it's like 2 damage, like eternal 2 damage. But it's
If
like
the
I don't
effect
know,
was
man.
like if the effect was the full, where it was a leader effect that gives it -1 defense at the start of the turn, it'll be really alright. But no, it's a one-time spell. It's horrible.
I think
One.
Because
like is the idea like you keep the spell in your hand, wait till turn 8 and then ping 4 to your opponent? Like is that what we're thinking
I,
about here?
but
Like,
but
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 like
but
at that
but but
at
but
that
I feel like
point, turn 8, you would be either dead or you
yeah.
win.
Well, I was gonna say because like to me like the minimum like of like turn 8 or beyond burn is like 5. Like if you're dealing like less than 5, you're not dealing enough like burn swing. So you need like 3 lethal stains to be like
Especially
on
especially
rate for
in the current
this.
meta where you have a card called Levi that deals 6 on evil.
We
Yeah.
don't compare things to Levy or Levi.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Yeah.
so we
pretty
have
sad
the
card, but maybe we'll be
the
proven
average is
wrong.
about like
Yeah.
the average
Like 2.
points for this like 2.5 2. This
Yeah.
show how bad this card is. What would
I
it
mean,
be
we'll
picked?
see if it's like if it cooks. This bench hasn't dropped.
Yeah.
Next card. So the gold is Polar
Oh.
Warrior. It's a 3
Mm.
2 with Rush, and on fanfare, it adds 2 to the number of cards played this turn, and if 10 allied Forestcraft followers have left play during the match, it gains +2/+2, and the next time it takes damage, it reduces that damage, and then if 20 have left, it self-evos, and when it evolves, it has Strike, deal 4 damage to the enemy leader. So, I'm conflicted about this card, because to me, it looks like budget Tamlin, but, like, I don't know, 20 left play is a bit much. I mean, you could still manually evo it. And I mean, I guess it does add to, but I just feel like this doesn't really have a home. Like Magachio, I don't think will use this, and Castel could use this, but like Castel doesn't get 20
Castel
until like
doesn't really use
turn
this.
7.
Castel doesn't really use this, especially when it's not a one cost. Because you will really want to keep
Yeah,
dropping the one cost to get the maximum buff from
yeah.
the spell.
Like maybe this is for Oberon, but I don't
Who
know.
plays Oberon with this card in it? Like, honestly,
I
think
feel
about
like
it.
yeah, I feel like you would want more control, and this doesn't really help. I give this my rating is a 2 out of 5 right now.
Oh. Uh I've got a 3 out of 5 onto it. It's like it's on rate of playing 3 1 cost cards for any of your needing to play 4 or greater card, like legend combo conditions off of it.
I mean, for me, it's like
Yeah.
2. It's take 2 material. You evil this, it's 4 to face, it's free as hell, but like, I feel like it's just a 2 because it does not know what it wants to do. That is the problem.
Yeah. All right. Next card.
Mm,
Licorice Venomous Princess. She is a
mm,
2/1/2 with Bane, and once on each of your turns, when you play another follower, you give it -5/-5, and then in exchange, you get the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points, and you draw a card. And on
mhm,
Evo, when she leaves play, she gives the enemy leader an effect that the next time they play a follower, that follower gets -5/-5, and then that effect is removed. I think this card, I have like high hopes. Like maybe I shouldn't, but I kind of have high hopes. I'm gonna give this a 4/5, just because she's basically like her first effect is basically draw one, like discard one, draw one, and gain Evo point.
mm, mhm,
And but the kicker here is that her second effect basically gives the opponent like you basically get like a trap like effect where the next time your opponent plays something they can't like they have to play something bad basically. So like it gives you another turn against something like I don't know, maybe John, where it's turn 7 and like John always has to go first unless you have Ether live already, which normally Ether isn't live until after the first John. So like it buys you a turn. I don't know. I
mhm.
have hopes. What about you guys?
I give this about the three to 4 out of 5. Ranking going down because as Resurgent cards, it doesn't have unlimited playability to it, and we don't have information on whatever the new format is.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's good that like you get to cycle a follower, and you're never going to board lock yourself on the board. You need to play all your cards for your combo, and you get to slow the opponent down off of their tempo and win conditions.
Yeah, for me, it's also about four. Especially one important thing that the other two didn't really mind that this card has Bane. So this card already has a lot of bot present with its Bane ability, being able to clear anything that is really big
Mhm. Right,
for
right.
such a small cost of two as well. Being able to evo for free as well, which so it's basically a 3/4 with Bane, so it kills any big cards. Not only that, it's like Link said, it's also a trap card. So you're forcing your opponent to play around this effect and causing them to shift away from their main plan. Like for example, John, they can't force themselves to play John turn 7, so they have to do another plan where they have to delay the John for one more turn, which allows you to like if for example you play this Mugger Shield, you didn't manage to kill them because their Illuvia bot is so damn big and you can't even kill them. So you delay them a turn that which allows you to come back like drop Mugger Shield again and go for game.
Right, and like one last thing about this card is that it just says when it leaves play. So like if you trade with this thing and it doesn't die, you just bounce it and you still get the effect and you can do it again, which can be like really annoying. So yeah, I
Mhm.
like this card. Next card. Forest Eater. Oh, we're getting to the silvers. Might be blitzing to these. Forest Eater, 7/5 with accelerate one draw card. Accelerate forests be like. Um,
Mhm.
it has ward on main body and it summons itself on fanfare and deals it's basically a budget Drazael. So I think this
Yeah.
card is a 2/5, 3/5. Like you can never really go wrong with an insight. Like this is a take two 5/5, but on a normal gameplay it's
Mm.
like you can't go wrong with an insight, but at the same time like no deck really wants this. Cause like there's no such thing as an accelerate forest in rotation right now, I think. You guys?
I mean like that's
I
true for me. This is a take two card, so it's gonna get two. The take two card,
uh
so you get two.
I'd give it about 3 out of 5. Like rotation probably won't have it, but like I don't. There's not been an unplayable insight effect for unlimited, so there's probably a chance just off that unlimited forest plays it. But that's about
Re-
it.
Remember back in the old days that we heard Mr. Loxy says,
This is our
Mhm,
home, right? Anyways, Giant Hornet,
mhm.
4/2/3. It's a Stormbane follower. If it is your 8th turn, you summon an Assault Hornet, which yeah, is the same thing
Yeah,
that Bab spawns. And
yeah.
on Evil, you summon another Assault Hornet. So, I give this a 2/5 because it's a take two card again. 4 cost
Mm.
per 2 Storm with Bane isn't really much, and you have to wait your 8th turn just to heal 2. I mean, to clear 2 and heal 2. Like, no. Take 2 card.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess K
Even as
also
a take
agree.
two
Yeah,
card,
yeah,
And this is kind of mid,
even if
even
this
as a
is
take two card. Yeah, like
this is still
yeah.
one. Like you will still
one
want to take
actually.
this.
One out of five, 2 out of 5. There's no constructive
What
playability with this.
All right.
why does this card need to have the 8 or 10 more? This is not like this is not store. You just play this turn 4. Please summon the Hornet, please.
Yeah, okay, Michelle, 202, Lone Psychic. She's fanfare draw a card and then change an enemy follower's attack to 0 until the end of your opponent's turn. So I'm gonna give this card a 3 to 4 out of 5 because it's simple, it's a cycle, and it debuffs one enemy follower's attack to 0. And you can, like, even though it only lasts for your opponent's turn, so it doesn't really board lock them, like, you can, it's still pretty good. I guess my only caveat is that she has 0 attacks, so she's basically just for defense. Like she could have had at least one attack, but
Mhm.
I don't know. She's okay. You guys?
I mean that the reason why she has 0 attack because the point is the bottle or your opponent. Of course, she will have 0 attack.
Yeah, but like
I
I
mean,
feel
yeah,
like one attack would have been like I don't know.
I'm about the 3 out of 5. Like it's a good cycle. It does reduce defense, but it's kind of a bit of an
Attack.
awkward stall defense. Yeah. It stops their attacking because it doesn't stop like storm units. So like there's not that much aggro, grow, or like death feigns that get blocked often by that effect.
Yeah, it's about the 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, Flora Fairy 323 Fanfare. Put a fairy with hello. Okay. And restore two
Yeah.
defense to your leader. I am
I
gonna
guess
give
is
this
this is
card a 3 out of 5. Um, I think it's kind of mid for a 3 drop personally, but like
Hmm.
Fairy Wisp I haven't seen in like years.
Fairy Wish Copium? What is this? What is Fairy Wish
Fairy Wisp
Copium?
is broken, so like there's something here. I think at some point,
I
maybe not. Maybe I'm hyping it too
are you
much.
really gonna
Uh,
sacrifice 3 slots just for a Fairy Wisp?
No.
like I mean, like Gain of Fairy would have been fine, but I think 3 minutes too way too expensive
Yeah.
on rate for a Fairy Wish. So this is like a 1 out of 5
Okay, I should change my
for
mind. I'm gonna
me.
give this a 2 out of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this not even take two, just 2 of 1. Oh look,
Prison
Link,
Butterfly
it's
111
a dragonfly.
into a
The worst.
115. Wow, okay. So just
mm,
ate
mm,
all of its stats into defense. It has Bane and
mm.
Enhance 5. Oh, this is the Enhance Take 2 cards where it summons. Oh, so this is just
Yeah,
the Dragonfly but weaker because it's Bane, it's not Drain. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
so it
give
only
this a
summons.
3 out of 5 for a take two, actually no 2 out of 5 for a take 2 card because it's the Dragonfly exists. This doesn't need to exist.
yeah. 2 out of 5. It's a take two thing. Don't care.
Take two thing, don't care. Wow.
Brave Fairy Knight 231. It has Rush and put 2 fairies into your hand for 2 PB. Okay, that's pretty good. And Enhance 7, you summon the fairies and then you give them and this follower storm. Okay, so this is obviously a take 2 card that can also work in Fairy or Castell, I think. So
Yeah,
But then again, what didn't Noblesse just rotate out?
Nobilis did just rotate out, yes. So like it's
So
kind of
the fairy
Fairy
concept is
doesn't
just gone
really
now.
exist anymore. Like Philly is still here, but like Philly
But it's
herself
really
can't finish the game usually. Um, as a take two card though, it's like 2 fairies or like you basically get like 7 bodies, not 7 bodies, 7 attack storm. I'll give this a 3 out of 5 for take two, or a 3 out of 5 in general. It
yeah,
has rush. I mean,
yeah,
it's like a big rush, you know.
yeah, just three
yeah,
out of five. Elsewise, you're never gonna use this.
yeah, yeah. 2 out of 5.
Okay, I think this is the last forest card. Ivy Coil, so it's a bronze spell. Um, it has deal 3 damage to an enemy follower. If at least 2 other cards were played this turn, it can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn. I think this is garbage. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 because it does burn 3. But I feel like the can't attack is useless because it basically just says, "Oh, choose a unit that you can't destroy so that it can't swing." I'm like, eh, 2 or 1.
I mean, like for a one cost, it's like deal three is okay, but like why?
All right, we have Charlemagne. Great Unifier. She's a 2/2/2 with ward and can evolve for 0 evolution points. And when
Mm-hmm.
she evolves, she gives the leader the following effects that all neutral followers will deal +1 damage, and then when an evolved neutral follower gets a buff, it self-evos, and this effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. So, um, I don't think I can
This
really
I say
judge
this
this
is
card. I feel like I have to see everything else. Like, I don't know. I
I
like.
for
I mean, on
me
a
I for me I
yeah.
have already like tried making the deck. It might be a 5 out of 5 because of the potential of this card.
I,
I'm gonna give it a safe 4 out of 5 because it's simple. It's kind of like Ilana, where it's like it's a 2 drop that
mm-hmm.
sets up your entire game plan. I'm gonna assume, and a free Evo is like
Yes.
really good.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say I'll give it a 3 to 4 out of 5. Like neutral Evo archetypes work fairly well in rotation, so it'll probably work if there's enough support for it. But like these archetypes don't really like work in unlimited, so it's not going
Well,
to
yeah,
have unlimited
I
play.
mean, like, honestly, I think this set, most of the cards are really not useful in unlimited since this set is mainly focused on neutrals after all.
Yeah. So we have
Mm,
Alwida. She's back,
What
five
new is
three
this?
three,
What new is
and she's
this?
fanfare summon a Viking and a pirate. So if you guys didn't know, Viking is a storm unit 3/2, and
mm,
pirate is a ward unit 2/3.
Yeah.
And on evolve, destroy an enemy follower, rally 20, game storm, and then give every other follower +2/+2. This is a 3 out of
Mhm.
5 for me because I expected more. I mean, she's
I
not bad.
expected
She's
loot.
kind of like,
I,
she's like,
I expected loot support, but what did I get instead?
yeah, same, low key. I guess loot doesn't need the support anymore, I guess. I mean, Alvida is cool. Like, she's 3 rally with a burn and still 3/2 storm with a ward. So, like, on curve,
Mhm.
she's not the worst thing you could ever get, but
But then again, this is sword. You have better things to do at 5 PV.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
a 3 out of 5 just to be in the middle ground. Like, she's not the worst.
I'll give it a 3 as well. Like, sure, you can play this on curve, but like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just drop,
I mean,
just drop deposit pot maker, boom, 4 rally for free.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, on five, on that, I've like the rally 20 ain't the worst because it's like it gets rewarded 7 damage. Well, it's 11 damage minimum on
No,
that.
no, it's 10. It's 10.
No, because ain't it wouldn't it be 7 from her? Oh no, she doesn't buff
It only
herself.
it buffs
But
others.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah,
that's
it
what I was.
worse.
I thought it
yeah,
was 12 too when I first read it. And I was like, what?
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh my
If I
god.
was her and Viking, a minimum off of the storm hit. So
Then
yeah,
again,
okay,
for a rally 20 payoff,
Like
that has
I
so
think
much
this could have
better.
been like a rally 15 payoff, but that's just
yeah.
me. Yeah, moving
Mm-hmm.
on. Bye, Elvira.
Mm-hmm.
2/1/1 high-minded knight. Rush. Oh, this is an officer. Rush. Fanfare. Give +1/+1 to an allied neutral follower. Restore 2 defense to your leader, and then if there are at least two, when you strike, there are 2 allied neutral cards in play. You give your leader you give leader counter magic or like damage shield. So I'm
This
immediately
this
giving
can
this card a 5 out of 5 because it complements the strategy, and you can never go wrong with damage shield.
yeah, 5 out of 5 for me. Like it gives the free evil for you. It's free healing and counter magic. Who doesn't love counter magic?
Yeah.
Like especially when you build the deck properly to cater to the gameplay, you will 100% have to do neutral followers or what.
That's like the sickest defense card, I think. Okay, 3/2/2 Troya Nocturnal Scout. She's fanfare if you have at least 2 Swordcraft cards in your hand, you put a commander card from your deck into your hand, and then if you have 2 neutral cards in your hand, she self-evos. So 3 PP 4/4 with a tutor, I'm gonna give this a 3 to 4 out of 5. I feel like it's a really good effect, but I also feel like it might be a little bit too heavy. So I'm just putting it into the neutral ground. What about you guys?
It, it's about fine, I guess. Like it's about 3 or 4. Like I think you would still run it in the deck because like she tutors your only other commander you would run in this deck, which is Charlemagne. I mean your only commander in the deck, which is Charlemagne. So
Yeah.
it's pretty alright.
I mean, yeah, I'm about a 3. Like, yeah, it's good for that, but I do think I do think 3 mana to tutor a commander is a little on the inefficient side of things.
And the
Although she
reason is
does
also
Evo, so
because
there's
it's because
that.
she auto evos, especially when you want to go for neutral evo route because of Green Mirror. Yeah, it's actually okay. Probably
Yeah.
in 3-4 as well. But I think for the deck itself, I think you would run it still because for one to search out your Charlemagne. Second,
Yeah.
it's an evil. It's evil for your Grimmer condition.
Yeah.
And Alice, she's still here.
And Alice.
Okay,
Because
Invisible Soldier. 2/1/1, sorry. 2/1/1, Rush, Fanfare. Oh, this is the take 2 card. Rush, Fanfare, summon itself. Enhance 4, summon 3 of itself. Enhance 8.
Mm.
Give each of itself +1/+3 and Storm, and ignores War. I mean, actually no, that's not part of the effect. It just ignores Forge in general. So
Yeah.
why you not in Portal?
so it's 8 damage, basically.
Why you not in Portal? That
Yeah.
is
I
my
mean,
question. Why
as
you
its
not in
own
Portal?
card, it's actually not that bad because it's 2 rally. Like
Yeah.
it's basically just another like how this card that like spawn a knight. I'm gonna
Are
give
you
this
Yeah.
mean
a 4 out of 5.
the
Actually no, I'll give this a 4 out of 5. It's not bad for a take 2 card, and it's like it can be usable in constructed. Like it's not the
Well,
worst
well,
thing in the
well,
world.
I do think it has that on normally, and that kind of gets playable. But I do think elite, like I think all of Bear, because if you read correct that nor word just on the card itself, then it can trade and bypass your opponent's protection wards for like their
yeah.
like way more important creatures
I mean, like
that they're.
I guess it's a good like finisher if you want to be like that. Since this is 11 ignore ward and
Yeah.
enhance 8, but like by the time turn 8 hits radial drop rally 20 nuke field go face.
I think this card's in the middle ground. Alright, next card.
Mhm.
British Buccaneer. 4/4/4. Rush. Put a
The
gilded
only loot card
necklace.
in the entire set.
Put
Yeah.
a brush clash. Put a gilded necklace in your hand, which is the loot card that gives your followers +1/+1. And
Yeah.
when this follower's attack or defense increase, it evolves. And rush
Yeah.
clash. Put a gilded necklace in your hand again, and at the end of your turn, it restores your defense. So I think this is a 2 out of 5 as a regular card, but as a take 2, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 because it's just a free evo and like a big body for take 2, so I'm gonna take that.
I mean, like if
As
you
for
want to be that
constructed, I
guy,
don't
you run.
know.
I mean, like if you want to be that guy, you just run one of this and loot and just have it on the board.
I
Like
don't
turn
know.
Yeah,
4,
but
you
we
don't
have Nightly
evo,
Thief
Yeah.
for
just run
that.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a 1 to 2 out of 5. Like I don't want to spend 4 mana in loot to get a loot piece, even if it's reusable
Yeah.
off
True.
of it.
This is really bad. Please fix. I mean,
Royalty,
actually, no,
I'm
don't.
royalty.
Actually, no,
Loyal,
don't fix.
don't fix.
Loot is good enough. You don't fix. Anyways, continue.
Loyalty's reward. Put a random follower from the deck into your hand and select an allied follower. Ooh, so you can't play this if you don't have a follower in play. If it's a Swordcraft
Yeah.
follower, give it +1 defense and ward. If it's a neutral craft, wow. Neutral follower, give it +1 and rush. I'll give this spell a 4 out of 5. Actually, a 5 out of 5 in terms of the playstyle it's trying to go for. It's not bad. But I would put it at a 4 out of 5
Mhm.
because you can't just play it as a tutor. You have to have a follower in play. It's just not like the worst thing in the world. It's just like, I don't know. I like
It's
it
a
to
hoop.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
like for this, honestly, I would say like 5/5, yes, for the archetype, but like in a regular deck wise, I'll give you a 3 because of Rally the Troops already exists as a card.
yeah,
hmm
yeah. I was gonna say I'll give it like a 3. Like it's all tied to like the Charlemagne, like this set's rotation
I don't think.
archetype of
The thing is, like
playability.
even with Charlemagne, you don't really want to run this card. You have enough tutoring.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like the most it's a fine, but it's like only like the fourth best tutor effect sword has on average for like their playable decks.
hmm
Yeah,
Okay,
and like,
we
now
Great Sword Warrior 3/2/2. Destroy an enemy follower on Fanfare, and then enhance them. Destroy 3 instead, and when evolved in a Storm Engine. Ooh, okay. So I think
Good,
this. I'll give this card a 2 out
good
of
take.
5 for regular
Mhm.
because I don't think this will ever see play. Actually, 1 out of 5. But it might.
Yeah,
Probably not. But I mean,
yeah,
but like for take 2, this is like 4 out of 5. Like, are you kidding? 4/4 drain.
yeah.
Storm and Pop 3, like that's take two, alright.
Yeah, yeah,
Take
that's
two
so sad.
material right there.
Test of Gratitude. 222. Last words draw a card, and evolve put a random one play point follower from deck into play. Last words draw a card.
Why do you exist?
I give
Why
this
do you exist?
one out of I mean 1 out of 5 probably,
Zero if
yeah.
I could give. Zero if I could give it.
It's just budget. Like I feel like Bumpkin Recruit was good because it was a one cost rally with rush and
This is
draw.
bunking recruit if they want to just nerf it to the ground. This is your bunking recruit.
Yeah,
1 out of 5.
yeah,
Tristan.
1 out of 5.
Oh,
For the
five,
one
five, five, two. Tristan Triumphant Knight. Rush, Fanfare, evolve this follower, strike, draw a card, and the last word summon itself again on Evo. So it's like Cetus. This is um
This is 1 out of 5 in
one of
normal.
five.
Take
in
two, maybe
constructed
3.
1 out of 5, and take two. I'm giving this a 4 because actually it's draw two. Cause like you swing first, draw a card, it die. I mean, if it trades into something that will kill it anyways, the draw two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
take two, I'll give this a 3 to 4 out of 5, but again, take two card. Okay, Swashbuckling Steel, 6 bronze, summon a Buccaneer, Cannoneer, Marine Raider, give +2/+2. Okay, take two card, give it 4
Take
out of
two
5,
cards.
because it's three bodies plus two.
Link, look. Oh my god, Link, look, it's proper workout, but horrible.
Okay,
Yeah,
Vengeful
you're
Pact.
gonna cry at how bad they are.
Oh my gosh, 4/4/4 Vengeful Pact Ward. If at least 5 different allied cards have been fused this match, change the cost of a neutral follower in your hand that originally cost 7 play points or less to 0 until end of turn, and then give it the following effect at the end of the turn, destroy it. So it's like Garwell, I guess. And
yeah,
enhance
Yeah.
9, give Storm to that follower, or to this follower, and all neutral followers in your hand.
I don't know what are they cooking.
Hello?
I
Uh, Is this Persephone? Like, what are we cooking here? Like, what fusion? Dirt does
the,
not need
the,
this. I'm
the
pretty
thing
sure.
is what neutrals even 7 cost or more or less. There's no neutrals that are even good.
I mean, there's
There's no
Chaotic Angel, but like it doesn't give
but like it's
Storm
chaotic
till.
angel. You're gonna run chaotic angel in this
No, I don't know what they're cooking with
exactly
this. I'm gonna give this
one.
a no. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5. It's tech worthy. It's just
Is this gonna be Sephi tag that's never gonna appear?
yeah, maybe one or two,
mm,
As you
yeah,
can see, guys, this is what maximum copium looks like.
bruh. Okay, one of my favorite cards ever in the game, Ginger, Raging Word, 9/3/3. Well, her original form was one of my favorites. Whenever you
yeah,
play a card with a trait, subtract one from this card, and in Fanfare, put a Scorching Curse into your hand. Evolve at the end of your turn. If there are no Scorching Curses in your hand, put one into your hand, and that is not sackable but lasts for the rest of the game. And Scorching Course is a 0 PP legendary spell that if you select an allied follower, if it's Ginger, you deal 3 to the enemy board and then you restore 3 defense to your
Allied
leader.
follower with
With
a
a
trait
trait,
specifically.
right. But if it's like a
mm-hmm,
follower with a trait, you copy it and then change everything about it to 1, pretty much.
yeah,
This is
Well,
not
well,
as cooking as her original form, but like
for those watching, as reference, the original form of this card
mm,
was a similar effect, but rather than choosing a follower on board, you choose a follower in your hand, and it becomes a 1/1/1. So one cost 1/1.
yeah.
The
yeah,
the the whole reason you would play that is because of her effect that her cost reduced by Evo. So you would
mm,
play Zeus at a time which would be a 10 cost that gains effects according to the number of cards that Evo. So you would
yeah,
play
Basically,
the spell on
in
yeah,
TLDR
continue.
form, she's just like her old form used to cheat out big
hold up.
followers. And in this form, she does not do that. She clones. So I mean, you could play a big follower and clone it to like make it cheap, but like
If you
waiting to play
if
that big follower is like the problem. And it also
the
has to be
only
a
reason you
trait.
would run this
Ugh.
yeah, if the only reason you would run this is like something like Mysteria, but like why would we
Yeah, but
run
like,
this in
why would you
Mysteria?
want to like, but like, why would you want to change the cost of a Mysteria? I mean, not the cost, the attack of a Mysteria card to 1 if like the game plan is Storm.
Also, there's not really any good academic cards.
Like I think this card is just like for Sephi, unfortunately, because like you call Sephi and then you clone
You
Sephi.
call Sephi, you clone Sephi, you drop Sephi.
Yeah, like
But I don't know. I have high hopes for. I think this is an unlimited playable card,
uh
especially in like a
Connor,
Mysteria
it's a resurgent.
archetype. Oh well, oh no,
Resurgent.
oh yeah, she's resurgent off of that.
So
So never
just
So
just
mind.
to clarify,
yeah,
just remind that resurgence card can't be used in unlimited.
I'll
So
give it
this
I'll
is
give it a I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because
yeah.
she herself isn't bad per se, but she's overly reliant on what she can be.
Well, I would say she doesn't have good targets because I feel like that the and that did like the big Mysteria carrying in like Academia set would be like great to on repeatable 1 mana playability.
Yeah, but she's
I
not here
think
anymore.
I
Yeah.
think right now there's not really any good target, so it's probably a two.
Demon Manipulator, 5/4/4. Destroy an enemy follower in fanfare, draw a card, and spell boost cards in your hand 3 times. Okay, so it's looking like budget, or I don't know, like budget. What's its name again? Like the guy that's like spell boost 5 to your hand.
Spell boost five.
Crystal
Yeah.
You mean
Fencer. Oh
Crystal
yeah,
Spencer?
but
Yeah.
like the kicker of
Yeah.
this card is that it's basically Celeste Omega because on evolve you give the enemy leader the following effect until the end of their turn they can't play spells.
Yeah.
So this is a tech card, so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because it's like
Hmm.
it's for certain matchups slash metas. Like
Yeah.
if you I mean if you I don't know, like if you fight a Disco Dragon or something and you play this card, like they literally can't win the game because you're blocking out all their spells, which
Yeah,
is
but
how they win.
but then again, like the one time you were using this is against like your own class, Rune.
Yeah, like I think this card would have been better if it was not a 5 cost.
Especially also at this type of meta right now. I don't Rune doesn't even play that many spells anymore. It's all followers.
Yep. I mean, Mysteria can
Yeah.
still play a lot of, but yeah, like Dirt is like mostly, Dirt is crystallized with some excels, but it's mostly followers, and then Spell Boost is kind of just like Dirt 2.0.
Also,
Yeah.
this card should have had a trait to it
Yeah,
as well. Would have
I
made it
don't. Yeah,
better.
that's what I don't understand. They print a card that is all about
Yeah.
traits in a set that doesn't have a trait theme. Like, I
Hmm.
feel like there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
Okay. Hanna, model student. Okay, this one has a trait, of course. 3/3/3.
Yeah.
Mysteria. Put a random Mysteria spell from your deck into your hand, and if you play 10 or other Mysteria cards this match, subtract 1 from all the costs of Mysteria spells in your hand, and then give them the following
Yeah.
effect to deal 1 damage to your enemy leader. So I think
Well,
this card is 5 out of 5 for Mysteria support. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not really a win con, but it's like, I guess it
is
helps.
there. Is there.
I just think I don't know 3 PP for tutors. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 4 out of 5 because like
I mean,
it's
like
Yeah.
doing good, but it's like it's a little heavy.
I would say like it's
Excuse
a
me.
3 to 4. Like it just doesn't have like it's good for like what is left of rotation Mysteria, but like it's not in the pool of like the rest of Mysteria as an archetype for playability.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's only mysterious spells too, and there's no way to give regular spells a Mysteria trait anymore.
yeah.
Next
Yeah.
And
is Mysterian Tome 5/2/2. Whenever you play a Mysterious card, it's Mysteria boost, so it's just like when you play a Mysteria card, you get -1. And then it
Mhm.
tutors a Mysteria follower except itself, which is good. And then
Mhm.
evolve banish an enemy follower. Okay, so
Hey
it's
look is
not
that one Hey look is that one spell boost card that literally does the same thing, but it's not just one spell boost.
Mhm.
okay. So it's like not bad. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. My problem
And
though
yeah,
is that you have to Mysteria boost it first before you can tutor, which is like not my favorite kind of tutor. Like
Mhm.
the banish is good because banish is like important, especially since last words might be a problem or like might be really good again. Overall,
Mhm.
yes,
though,
last
it's 3 out of 5. It's just it's okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I'm mostly just happy about is that it has Mysteria boost because Mysteria's main win con right now is Dual Barrier, which is enhance 8, like give all Mysteria followers on the field storm, but it only summons and the original Anna and Greya. So like in order to
Mm-hmm.
perform an OTK, you need 0 PP followers, which at the time we only had Miranda. So I'm glad we're even getting this to help with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did that? Wait, oh yeah, Miranda's
Excuse
still
me.
here. That's the spell
Oh,
specialist.
excuse me. Okay. Next is Academy Wormis.
Mm-hmm.
So 2/2. Choose a radiant white worm or a grim white black worm into your hand, and if you play 10 mystery cards other than this card, put both into your hand instead. So Radiant White Worm has Mysteria boost, and it's a ward fanfare. Oh, it's 3/4 by the way, and it's
Mm-hmm.
a fanfare. Restore 3 defense to your leader and then draw a card. Grim Black Worm it has rush and then deal 3 damage to a random enemy follower and then the enemy leader. It also has, excuse me, it also has Mysteria boost. So I think this card is actually pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because it actually does help Mysterious WinCon. It either gives you a follower that can push. Okay, my voice is like dying. It
Mm-hmm.
gives you a card that helps your game plan of winning because Grim Blackworm clears a follower and then burns, and it's a pretty good stat for Mysteria boost. Radiant as well is really good. It doesn't help the game plan as much, but it's a pretty good stall card. And like sure, their Mysteria boost and they're pretty high, but like you can call this on turn 2. My only gripe is
Mm-hmm.
that I wish that like it subtracted the original cost, like when you play 10, so that you don't have to start Mysteria boosting from scratch. Like that's
Yeah,
my only thing. But I'm gonna give
Yeah.
this
yeah.
like 5 out of 5. I have hope. Like I think this card's good.
Yeah.
As you can see, this person right here, the
Copium, shut
Mysteria.
up.
Look at
Sorry,
him and his look at him and his habitat right here.
I like Mysteria. Okay, my favorite was Evo
Mm-hmm.
Rune, but they made it trait Rune.
Mm-hmm.
Slots command, 2 silver spells, select a follower in play, and it can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn, and draw a card. Okay, so it's just enchanting spell, but it cycles, so it
Why
became a 2 cost.
why do you have enchanting spell? But why? Why do you have it here?
I feel like this won't be as good as enchanting spell, because enchanting spell was good for 2 reasons. One, it was 1 PP, and two, it made it so that you don't overdraw. It was one of those spells that was useful that didn't like clog your hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give this a 3 out of 5.
I would say
So
3 out of 5 would be better if
3 out of 5.
if it had trait. Is my
Not the
complaint
trade,
of
Ah,
not the
well, all
trade.
traitless cards in this
all
set.
trade.
Veil, Mysteria, 2/2/2. Ward put Nick Nick into your hand, and Nick Nick is another Mysteria follower that is a 1/1/1. And if you play 10, you evolve Veil, and then it has last word draw a card. Okay, so pretty good. It's just, I mean,
Mm.
I guess it turbo reduces Ginger. I don't know what to feel anymore. I mean,
It,
it's
it,
not bad,
it's
but it's
it,
like, oh my god.
it's take two. That's what this
I
is.
mean, it's not take two because Mysteria needs all the cards, like, to be Mysteria for the most part. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's okay. I'll take it. Okay, Mr. Veteran, School Magus. Funny enough, this card is in the spell, and he's back as
Mm,
a Resurgent. So it's 6/3/5. Accelerate 1, put a
mhm,
Mysterian circle into your hand and change its cost to 1.
mhm,
Ward Fanfare,
mm,
put 2 different random Mysteria cards, excluding himself, from your deck into your hand, and then deal X damage to all enemy followers. X equals the number of Mysteria cards in your hand. Okay, so XL1
mm,
is pretty good because it's just,
yeah.
it gives you Ward and it's like Mysteria boost. So it's like 2 Mysteria boosts,
Mm,
same with
mm,
Veil,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a trait, but I don't know traits. I
Oh
actually
my
Yeah.
think
god.
the body
Oh
would
my
have been really good if it was 5 costs because like it's a
Yeah.
tutor 2 with an AoE. Like
AoE. Yeah. And it's a ward body as well. So
yeah,
like it's on. Yeah. Like not bad. I like it.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's pretty good. If only if it was 5 costs,
Hmm.
but it's I.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. Next card, Wild Magic. Ooh, finally a card named this 4 PB bronze. It deals 2 damage to all
Hmm.
enemy followers and draw a card, and if you spell boost, you deal extra. Okay,
oh my god, it's wind blast that
take
bad.
2 card.
Yeah.
Um 2 out of 5.
If it was less than 4, it'd be like not bad, but it's too expensive at 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 out of 5.
Uh,
Actually, 1 out of 5. Okay, summoning disaster. Summon a clay golem. Oh, okay, it's a dirt sport. Summon a clay golem and a magic sediment. Enhance force. Summon
Yeah.
an eldritch chimera instead of a magic sediment. What does that do? Oh, so it's a
it's just war.
5/5 with ward. That's
Yeah.
pretty good for 4 drop.
Yeah, and then
Enhance
enhance 7
7
summon the
eldritch demon instead of magic sediment. Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
it's just like that one take 2 card that summoned these 2 eldritch, but as this card.
Yeah.
you mean like the follower that just says, "Oh, I'm gonna just summon 2 magic sediments and then enhance 6
No,
and
no,
just
no.
summon those 2."
There was an old follower that summoned both the Eldritch at like enhanced 7. So like I think this card is pretty okay. I'll give it a 3 or 4 out of 5 because as a 2
Yeah.
drop, it's pretty good. It's a sediment and a follower.
I
And
was just
we
saying.
have lost one of my favorite cards as well, Astrological Sorcerer, because she rotated out. So
Well,
this
Well,
I was like, I was gonna say it's good for dirt, and especially I think it's good for like dirt variants that are like all the ultimate clay golem variants of it.
hmm
Like I believe that
ultimate
card just rotated out,
the
but
Golem Lord one.
yeah, the
Lord.
golem. Yeah,
I mean, like it's alright. Like turn 2 tempo for this card is actually pretty alright.
Okay, guys, we just had to take a quick little cut, so it'll just be me and Kay for now, because Connor had to go leave and spend Christmas time. So now we're on to Dragoncraft. 745, it's a storm unit with fanfare. Discard a card from your hand and put a copy of it into your deck, and then draw a card. If it's a Dragoncraft follower, that costed at least 7 play points. You change its cost to 0 until the end of the turn. And then last words, restore 3 defense to your leader and put itself into the deck. So I give this card a 4 out of 5 for its archetype because they seem to be pushing the 7 plus play points deck for this expansion for Dragoncraft, and the fact that it heals and puts itself back into the deck so you can keep doing it, and it's Storm, and has the potentiality to spawn another big follower, I think it's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give it a 4 or 5, especially with the next card coming. It might be really helpful for this kind of deck, which is
Right,
here.
so the next card is Celestial Worm God, which is a 7/5/6, and she has ward and destroy an enemy follower, and then restore 5 defense to your leader, and then banish all cards in your deck that originally cost 6 play points or less. And then if you have 10 play points, if you have 10 PP basically, you have the cost of all Dragoncraft followers in your hand originally cost at least 7 play points. So she's like budget Drazael, budget Ruse, and like I mean she's not really Jazza, but like she's good because she pings, or rather not pings, she destroys, she heals, she halves, and then banishes all the low cost cards in your deck. So basically, like Kay mentioned, it basically makes this guy always guaranteed to cheat out something big. So 5 out of 5.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna give it a 5 or 5 as well, because especially when you can just ramp it to 10, you drop this, have fun for the rest of the game, and good luck to your opponent.
Yep. Next card is Mermaid Commander. She's an 8/6/6 with Accelerate to summon 2 Mega Lorcas and give them Rush, and then you give your opponent a Mega Lorca too. And on Fanfare, she does that, but she gives them Ward and Evolve them, and then she gives 2 to the opponent instead of 1. And she has this really neat effect where every time an enemy follower attacks, you deal 2 damage to it, and then 2 damage to the enemy leader, and restore 2 defense to your leader. So actually, I think this card is pretty alright. I'm giving it a 3 or 4 out of 5 because it's pretty useful. I just wish I didn't really give the opponent a Mega Lorca. And it does have
Well,
the um side factor that like, this card can be
you kill her,
destroyed. Yeah.
you destroy this card, GG, free cards.
I think I'm gonna be a 3 out of 5. It's
I
interesting.
think it's 3 out of 5, like 4 out of 5 for take 2 if you want to be that guy.
I mean, it'll be more useful in take 2. Next
Yeah,
card, Heaven
next
Scale
card.
Dragon, 5/5/3. Ward Fanfare, give X minus 9. Give -X to all enemy followers, and then if X equals this follower's defense, and then if it's 5,
My
draw 2 cards. So it's buff.
my my face when buff gets another draw card.
Jaziel and another draw 2. Okay, I guess 4 out of 5.
Okay,
Like
4 or
It's
5.
kind of heavy, but it's a draw Zael, and it draws. So I'm just
I
like,
mean, like if you see your opponent drop this with 18 defense, you just cry.
at least it doesn't have anti-destruction. Lowly Dragon, 10 cost 7/7. Accelerate 2, deal 3 damage to an enemy follower and draw a card. And then Fanfare deals 7 damage to all enemies and draw a card. So immediately the Axel
Degenerate
is pretty
dragon,
good. And
degenerate dragon.
so the Axel's already pretty good. But then on Fanfare it's actually really good. Like it's not even a take 2 card because of Worm God. So it's pretty heavy for a body, but like with Worm God, it's just like if you have it in hand, like it's never a brick, I think, because it's helping you clear early followers, and if it's in hand when Worm God activates the full effect, it's just a burn side of the field. Like it's just Taras if Taras was good.
And then you just like, oh, I'm gonna just drop degenerate dragon and win.
Yep. Bolet, a cursed hero, 2/2/2, Bane, Fanfare, Enhance 5, gain +1/+1, and Drain. Evolve this follower. At the end of your turn, destroy random enemy follower with at least 5 defense. Okay. So, mostly a take 2 card. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's no, actually, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. It's okay. Take 2 card.
Yeah, it's just take two. Like if you see enhance in the portal deck, the non-portal deck, it's 100% take two.
Okay. Silver Dragon Shrine, 2 play point. Countdown 4. Fanfare. Choose a Scaled Stampede or a Mighty Gust into your hand, and then subtract X from this amulet's countdown. X equals the number of Dragoncraft powers in your hand, or it should cost at least 7 play points. And then last words, you ramp. So a Scaled Stampede is whenever you play a 7 play point or more, or at least 7 play points Dragoncraft follower, it becomes a 1 cost. So this card destroys a card in play, and Mighty Gust has the same first effect, but it then deals 3 damage to all enemy followers, or to all followers rather. I give this card like, I mean, I'm gonna give this card a 2 out of 5. It's not bad for take 2, and it can work in the late game. It's just like
Honestly,
for an
I
early
just I
game
just
card, it feels
I mean,
feels
like for early game, I don't think it's even worth running this where you can just you oracle and win.
Yeah, like the countdown is too high. Like, and the fact that it only subtracts the countdown if for the amount of 7 cost play points you played. So basically, it becomes a late game card with ramp, and I'm like, late game ramp isn't really the best since like you can't play 7 play points until at least turn 5. So yeah,
Yeah,
2 out of 5 for me. Dormant Dragon, 7/4/4. Crystallize 2 during your turn whenever you play an allied Dragoncraft follower. Or sorry, whenever an allied Dragoncraft follower at least cost 7 play points comes into play, you destroy this enemy and then you summon it. And then when it enters play, it has ward, and then it restores 2 defense to your leader, draw 2 cards, and then you have 10 play points, it evolves. And it can't be targeted by any effect. Oh, yep, yep. 5 out of 5. Pretty good.
yeah. 5 out of 5. What is wrong with this card? Please send help.
The fact that you can just play this on 2, and then on turn 4, you just get this guy.
Why? Why? It's like why? Like why do
Like
you exist?
what the heck? Like turn 4, 7/4/4, heal 2, draw 2, ward can't be targeted. Like bro, okay,
I was
okay.
like, oh, I come on the field. Let me just let you plus.
Sacred Wingfish. Ooh, more fishes. 3/4/2.
Okay, mid skip.
Okay, rush if overflows active gains. Okay, yep. Take 2, 1 out of 5.
Take 2, 1 on 5 skip.
Lucky, oh, she's back. Lucky Mermaid, 2/2/2. Give, oh, buff card. Give +1/+1 value for falcon play.
I mean, like
Give plus,
she originally was a buff card after
she
all.
was? Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Give,
she you know mermaid, like the old mermaid in the what's in the Velsa set. Yeah, this was a predecessor.
oh, okay, so she gives 1 defense to all dragon cards in deck, and then evolve does it again. And then +2 to your hand.
That is the
Uh,
important one. It gives it to hand as
I
well.
think that's definitely a 4 at least, like at least 4 out of 5. It's a
This is a good deal.
on-curve buff. That's already pretty good, but it evolves and it gives +2 to hand. So like if you're bricking, like if you drew all your, you know, your good followers in hand, like that's really good
Well,
because
the only bad thing would be it's not an academic, so you can't Joe it.
yeah, that's the only sad part. But like I was saying that one of the things that Buff Dragon was missing is that it didn't have Drock, which Drock's thing was that it buffed a follower in hand with its spell. So I guess we have that now. Age of Dinosaur, 4 cost bronze, summon a Hellflame Dragon. It over after for you, summon an Inferno Dragon. So 888 4/3 rush. Take two card.
Yes.
It's pretty good. Take two card. Give it a 3 out of 5 for take two. 1 out of 5. Hi guys, sorry we had to take another cut because we're not recording this on the same setting. So it's the next day now, but on the bright side we have Connor back. Say hi.
Hi, I'm back again here to bring Portalcraft glory.
He only missed Dragoncraft, and we also have some more people today. Or well, it's all in the same video, but please introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, it's Cayden
Mhm.
back again. I'm here today to present or to review Shadowcraft this fine evening, since it's one of my favorite crafts.
Hello there, I am Hotaru, and I am here to see these cards alongside with Link.
I'm Kuro. And yeah, I'm here to review with everyone here. And my favorite craft is Bloodcraft, and looking forward to see what we're getting.
Right. All right. Now that we have everyone here, let's continue rather with Shadowcraft. So the first card is the legendary Helio Headlich 4/2/1. And Helio's ability is that when he's fused into another card, you gain 1 shadow, and his main body is a Rushed Bane with last words reanimate X, excluding himself, and X equals the number of cards you fuse this match. So for my thoughts, I've never played the Fuse Transmute Shadowcraft build before that happened this expansion. But this feels like very middle of the road meh, so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I don't have too many thoughts on it.
I'm gonna give this a 2. Why is it a 4 cost? Why is it so expensive? Like, if
Honestly,
Oh, sorry.
I think to be perfectly honest, I would rate this as like neither a 4. Like if you like to pair, not besides the fact that it's literally a 4 cost, but it's feels pretty and I never really
no, it's not
like
even a
Link stuff.
4. But no, by the way, just to clarify, we are rating these cards out of 1 to 5.
Yeah.
I think I'm also gonna have to give it a 2 because I've actually fought that Fuse deck, and by all means, it's not a good deck, but it's not a bad deck either. But as a whole, it's like this doesn't really support it, I'd say, nor does it make it threatening whatsoever. It's very niche, honestly, because it gaining 1 shadow for being fused. There's like only 2 cards that really do this. So, I mean, 3 of you count the neutral spell that lets you draw 2. But yeah, it's a 2 out of 5 overall.
What about you,
I
Kurt?
mean,
I'm good.
Oh, sorry.
Well, okay.
Personally, for me, I would have to say a 3 for now because yeah, it's kind of a middle of the road card for me, where it's a 4 drop. That's a 2/1. It has Russian Bane, but the fuse effect, I don't really like personally. I don't really know how effective it is, and the last word, I don't know how that plays well with its fuse effect along with the other cards that are currently in the current meta. Or
also, even
Oh,
in the
right.
reanimate deck, this card won't even be used because like it's
There's
too
no
expensive.
fusion, and there's no fusion.
There's no fusion in the deck as well. Like,
Right.
especially when you're forced to fuse 3 to even get the main card that you want to revive, which is the sniper that deals 2 when reanimated.
Also,
It's
that
still too
sniper's
expensive
rotated
as
out.
well.
Oh no, no,
Well,
it
that makes
hasn't. No, actually, it hasn't rotated out yet.
No,
I think.
no,
Okay.
it's
still
the
my point
next
still stands
expansion.
that
Yeah.
this does not help the deck at all.
What about you, Connor? Sorry, I interrupted you earlier.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Like the fuse part of it is like 0 mana value, and like fusing gain something for 0 mana has been always like fine enough on a Fane, and the last word reanimate last words kind of just always kind of randomly pops up to being decent enough for playability.
Well, the problem is the reanimate is restricted to fusing, which makes this card really bad.
Overall, we
Yeah.
have
No,
pretty
I mean, it
we
does
have
have
we have a
restrict.
pretty clear opinion that
Yeah.
it's like either bad or
Bad.
just like mid. The next card.
yeah, it's only
One of
5
my
no doubt, this
favorite
card is super
cards
meta.
in the game is Dark Alice Foul Fairy Tale 7/3/3 Resurgent. Crystallize 2, countdown 3. Whenever an allied neutral card comes into play, subtract 1 from her countdown, and when her countdown or her last word, she summons herself. She is a rush body. It can't be evolved using evolution points, but when she comes into play, if at least 10 allied cards with last words have been destroyed this game, she self-evolves, and then her regular last words puts herself back into hand, but when she's in evolved form, she has Storm and last words. She summons her crystallized form with countdown 2. This card is obviously 5 out of 5. I love fairy tale aesthetic cards, so it already has that advantage. But it's just a really good card in general. Like 5/5 storm that never dies because it always comes back somewhere, and has like really neat combos that I'll let someone else explain. But yeah, 5 out of 5. Love this card.
This is 100% 5 out of 5. This will 100% spark a new deck that will go to meta. Last words. It's coming back to the meta now. It used to be okay for like the past few sets, but now with this card being revealed and support, it might become tier 1.
Yeah, this is the Charlemagne on like the highest degree for this type of archetype. This card's
Yeah, for sure.
ridiculous as a 5 out of 5.
I really,
You
I
can
will
say
admit,
it's a fairy tale that is never ending.
Shut up.
despite like rarely touching
Please.
like Shadow, I will agree it's 5 out of 5 because I can see why this thing would be downright annoying to deal with. 'Cause outside of like banishing it, this thing just will not die overall.
Well, that's also the thing is there is like very very fun card called Istendite, which at last words 10. When you have 10 last words destroyed, it clears your own field and the opponent's field, which also triggers the own destruction, so you can just spawn more.
I think my main
Yeah.
issue with this card originally was
Oh
the
god.
issue of it only works with it. Some of its effects is locked in neutral. I am still unsure how to feel about the fact that it's a deck focused around, not focused around, but uses neutrals with its playstyle.
I mean,
I
this
can see
card
why it
is from
works.
Wonderland Dreams, so it always had that neutral style in it.
Okay,
I
so
I guess
what about
it's
you,
just that
Kuro?
the neutrals set works kind
I
of.
I
Yeah.
I find I personally think this. I really like this card. I also agree 5 out of 5 just because of how it works and the fact that it's a really like personally if I had to like face something like this or like if you tried to kill it, it would just come back anyway. And it has storm when it evolves. I feel like that'd be something really like annoying. So yeah, that's why I personally like this card.
Okay, so Connor, what about you?
Well, I already gave my opinion on Alice already.
Well, that's about everyone. Let's move on to the next card.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Next card is Goblin Reaper. It's a gold 5/3/3 with Bane and Fanfare. Summon a Goblin King and a Goblin. Give them Bane and last words, deal 1 damage to enemy leader and restore 1 defense to your leader. On hand 7, you evolve them and this follower also has the same last words. So I think this card is pretty I am gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in constructed because I think it's too heavy for what it's doing. I mean, it does clear 3 and it heals and burns, but it's pretty heavy for a 5 cost. On the other hand, I think this is phenomenal for take 2.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think
like.
as
I also
well that
agree.
this card is really good for take 2, but for normal
Um,
constructed, really really mid. Like sure, it's a 5 drop with 3 bodies, but like it's just there. Like you only it helped boost last words, but like there are other cards that are way better to run other than this. So this is about like a 1 or 2 for constructed. Take 2 is probably a 4. You see this, you play this, your opponent probably gonna cry because they have nothing to go against this.
yep, I agree. So I'll also
Uh,
give this like around 2.
I actually did
I
not
mean,
consider the
I give this about a 3 out of 5. Like 5 is a bit on the expensive side, but you are also basically adding a 0 mana 3/3 Bane to what it would be the mana stat rate of this, along with the additional effects on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I feel the cost 5 is like the biggest issue though, because if this thing was like a cost 4 maybe or like a cost 3, it would probably be
I would
more worth it.
I would say
But
4 I think would have been the like balance. I think 3 might would have been broken on
oh,
this.
absolutely. If it was 3, that probably would have been broken, but 4 I think would have been the sweet spot and would have at least made it somewhat viable. It being a 5 for a 3/3 that summons, I understand it helps with the deck playstyle with the neutral stuff now, but Goblin King and Goblin are not much to go off of, even, so it's kind
Well,
of eh.
well, yeah, but they are mud, but they do have like some life swing and bane on it. It's like it's not just 3 bodies; it's 3 bane bodies at the
I
same time
guess,
with it.
but the issue
And,
again was the fact that it's a cost 5, so at that point your opponent probably will have a card that can wipe them out, with skipping over the Bane part. So like that's my biggest issue with it is just the cost 5, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
AQ, I can't really say much with it, honestly.
What about you,
All right.
Kuro?
Yeah, Kuro.
Yeah, personally, in my opinion, it's a 2 out of 5 because, yeah, it is a 5. It is a 5 cost. Yeah, it gives them Bane and Last Words. It does deal damage and restore 1, but even with that, there are a lot of. I feel like there are a lot of effects that have the ability to deal with a board like that, and it's because it's a 5 cost. I feel like the fact that you're kind of investing like an entire like
Turn,
turn
yeah.
or two a turn, like depending on, say you place it on either turn 5 or 6, even like even
Yeah.
on turn 6, you're probably like only gonna either be playing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I feel about playing using a turn for this card and the opponent probably having a way to deal with all of it.
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
Pretty
Yeah,
low,
that's
but good take two
okay,
card. Next
okay.
is Evil X Humor. 3/1/1 silver. Fanfare, put a random neutral follower that originally costs 2 play points or less from your deck into play, and then last words restore 1 defense to your leader. On unevolved, she does the same thing, but she recovers 1 play point. And yep. So I think this card is 4 out of 5. I haven't seen all of the neutral followers, but this seems like
Wait, we
it's.
skipped the gold spell.
Oh, did we skip something?
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
poisoned
Oh, we
apple
Gold
of
did.
spell.
Well,
revival.
we'll go back to that. We'll go back to that. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so this card is pretty good. I haven't seen all the neutrals yet, but um I'm pretty sure there's a card that will give them last words, or if there are already neutrals with last words, I think this card is really good for, just a last word accelerator because it's 2 bodies in 1 and technically 3 on Evo turn. So, yeah.
I
Yeah, like
agree.
it's probably it goes on a 4 because especially with this one card, is you evo it, it really satisfies the crystallization condition for Alice as well.
Yeah.
That
And of
is
course,
true.
who doesn't love 3 bodies?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
10
It's nothing
on a 3
much.
drop, pretty good.
It's not nothing much to talk about this one. Alright, going back to the gold that I missed. Poison Apple Revival, 1 play point gold, Resurgent. So select an allied follower. If it's a Shadowcraft follower, you give it last words and summon a copy of itself. And if it's a neutral follower, you give it last words to draw 2 cards instead. And if at least 5 allied cards had last word when they were destroyed, you give that follower Rush and Bane. So
5 out of 5. Why do you just discard this?
5 out of 5, really good. It's either draw 2 or you just summon another follower. So you can like put this on Alice, you can put this on the Colonel. Like it's very versatile. And if it's not, you just draw 2 with a clear. Like that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely agree. This card is just so
100%
good
5 out of 5.
for last
You put
words.
this, you use this on Alice. Cult is the knight. That's 10 damage. Do it again. Fuck.
Yes, it's very
Yeah, I will.
spicy.
Yeah, I will agree. This is
For reference,
really
that
good.
this card is just a Wicked Rebirth, but more jankier.
Weak,
Mm-hmm.
weaker,
It's like
weaker river.
here's the thing
Yeah.
I'm gonna say is that with like the neutral options we have, it's nice they will also give them a draw too, and then certain
First of all,
shadow followers.
first of all is you need to give it to a neutral to draw to.
Yeah, it's also still nice overall though with the shadow one though is that certain followers would probably make them downright annoying to deal with. Plus, the fact that it could give Bane and Rush is really lovely.
It's
For
really good
cost
for
one,
just
this
a
is really
cost
nice.
one, yeah.
Especially because the deck this is meant to go with, like with Owls and such, that is very effective as like a cost one card. Luckily, we are not going to be able to use. Actually, I can't really say much for unlimited, so I'm not even going to
You
comment
can't
there.
use this for unlimited, yeah, because it's Resurgent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's good. We can't use it for unlimited, but I also just thought I
I
don't
mean,
know
like,
enough about unlimited
I mean,
to
like
really
to
give
be
a
fair,
comment
in
about it.
Unlimited we have something called Wicked Rebirth.
Yeah.
True, I don't really know much about unlimited because I don't touch that format much because I don't trust it.
Kuro?
And
I also would like to give this a 5 out of 5 because one, it's only a 1 drop and it's basically Wicked Rebirth, which is a 2 drop. Granted, it doesn't destroy the follower, but even with that, just the fact that it can give it last words to summon another copy is already good. Is already good in Shadowcraft.
Yeah, and it is
And
Rush and Bane, so like you can trade it
yeah,
to kill it.
yeah. Also, great. And it's a yeah. There's also that plus. And even if it's a neutral, it even has that. If you're running neutral cards and you just happen to use this on neutral card, you just draw 2 cards.
Yep. Pretty
Actually,
good.
I have a question.
Oh yeah,
Would
sorry.
it actually be
Mhm.
good outside of Last Word? Actually,
Yeah, I think so. It's very generic if you think
Definitely.
about it.
yeah,
Um,
because like the first is making picture.
Next card is
Okay.
Ruler of the Necropolis. It's a it's a silver 4-drop 2/2. Accelerate 1, destroy an allied follower, reanimate 2, neutral followers only. Give the summoned follower
Mm.
last word to draw a card. On main body, it gives any allied follower that comes into play last word to draw a card. And then on Evo, it reanimates 2, neutral followers only, and it does this twice. And when another allied
Mhm.
follower comes into play, it gives it last word to draw a card, but also rush. So this card is 5 out of 5. There's no question about it. I'll let
Yeah.
the guys explain because I think it's pretty clear why it's 5
Yeah.
out of 5.
Yep. 5 out of 5.
Yep.
Well,
Likewise.
if I
5
just
out of
basically
5.
can, especially with the new a new neutral that's coming up.
Mhm.
This is really good, especially when boosting your last words as well, because you can revive Mikael, you can revive the new neutral. You can just revive a lot of good things that are neutrals, especially when they're 2 costs.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think the scary thing about this is that it's a ton of value on like 4 on curve when you play it, and it's the most must kill threat imaginable. Because if they untap at 5 to be able to give their entire board rush and that last
Actually,
words
didn't
like will
consider
just
this.
like shut the game down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I actually realized something, but would inverse wings work with this deck? Actually,
Ooh,
Winged
inverse
inversion.
wings.
But it's
Wayne
Yeah,
winged
winged
Diversion,
inversion.
inversion transform isn't get coming into
transform
play.
does not count as
No,
destroying a follower, so no, it does
no,
not work.
no, 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 no. But the follower it summons, fallen angel.
Oh, you mean but Fallen
Yes,
Angel
but
is a
Fallen
2
Angels
is a
at
3
3
cost,
cost.
yeah.
Oh darn! If it was
Yeah.
only less,
Mhm.
I
that's
think
like one of the things I considered.
I think the card's really good though. I don't think we need to explain much. Like just read it. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
This is your turn 4 evil. This is what you evil in turn 4.
Oh,
Speaking of cards that are
uh,
not good, anyways, Silver Loot Vengeful Necromancer 7/3/3 Fanfare summon 2 ghosts, Necromancy 6, gain +3/+3 and ward and deal 6 damage to an enemy follower. When a ghost comes into play, evolve it. First off, why are you
Oh,
7
guys, don't
cost?
you
And
love
second off,
guys, don't you love it where we get ghost support when the
when the
ghost
last
red
grade
rotates?
ghost is gone,
No.
one out of
I
five
know.
take
uh,
2 card. I'm gonna say.
Take
Yeah.
2 cards
uh,
instantly.
I want to personally say these next 3 cards are going to be a bit sad because they're for the deck that just literally lost all its firepower and its only good card. Well, not only
Well,
good
there's
card, but
Ghastly Banishment still, but it's like
yeah,
so much
it's
slower
still.
now.
Oh no, here's the thing with Gaslit Banishment too is that it's a 7 cost also for its max potential, which yeah, it
Mhm.
invalidates loot entirely. It just invalidates loot entirely.
Hmm.
Well, 1 out of 5 take 2 material.
Yep. Let's head next.
Yeah.
Ghost Wielder, 3/3 bronze. Fanfare, put a ghost into your hand. Give
Oh my
Bane
god,
to
there's some
all
more
ghosts.
ghost support!
Give Bane to all
Yeah.
ghosts in your hand. Enhance stick, put 3 instead, and change the cost of all ghosts into your hand to 0. 2 out of 5, take
Oh,
2 card, but I mean, I guess 1 PP Bane is like, actually, oh yeah, it has barrier right, give drain to all ghosts in your hand, still meh.
Yeah,
Next,
this would be great last
Yeah.
set.
yeah,
this would have been
yeah.
this would have been okay when if it wasn't rotating out. Sadly,
Yeah.
as said, these next few cards are all gonna
Un-
suck because the only
Unfortunately,
thing
due to
for them
circumstance,
not
where I'm gonna
rotated.
have to give this a 1 still.
Yeah, I wonder
Yes.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder why,
I
guys.
I would have cried had this been in this format.
Next card. Fangs in the Mirror. 2/3 bronze. Fanfare enhance 5. Evolve this follower and summon an enemy Fangs in the Mirror. Last words deal 3 damage to all your allies. And follower strike on Evo. Deal 3 damage to enemy follower and it has no last words. And this card is definitely take 2. I mean like
This is
Yeah.
take 2 and an
yeah.
unlimited meme because we
Even
love
take
Force
two though.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
Is this even take two though? Because this could actually screw you over because of its own logic. Which is
No, it's
still
take
Oh,
2
only.
because of the
Yeah.
enhanced 5.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
MPS5
Oh,
is a take 2
Oh yeah.
material.
wait. Oh, I
Yeah.
actually I didn't consider that. I didn't notice that the evolve effect actually overwrites the
Yeah,
last
it
word.
removes the last
Yeah.
words, yeah.
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 Yeah, then
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
two, take two. Yeah, I
Definitely
agree.
takes 2 material.
Yeah.
Yep, not much
Yeah,
to
because
say.
as
Yes.
an actual thing, it's kind of eh.
Yeah, okay. 5/5 bronze. Marion, Noble Mummy. Crystallize 2, countdown 3, summon herself on last words. When she comes into play, you perform Necromancy form to self-evolve her. And then on Evo, she has Ward and Strike, deal 3 damage to all enemy followers, and then last words draw a card. Another take 2
Okay, this
card. Like, I see what
Yeah.
they're going. I'm not picking it up.
it at least has crystallized. It at least
Yeah.
has
Yeah, it
crystallized
at least has
bronze.
crystallized, so like it's not you're not playing it for 5 cost, but
Yeah, at
like
least you're definitely not gonna be hard playing
Yeah.
this card.
The
Yeah.
issue is though that there's only a lot of cards that again take its slot. Like Abyssal General, I think was one of the things that was in the temporary deck actually.
Abyssal Colonel, yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
take
I
2.
can't say that.
It's fine. I pronounce it as Colonel until someone told me it was Colonel, so it's fine. Next card.
Yeah.
The saddest one of
Arcane.
Oh
all.
my god,
A
there's so
Tomy
these
card.
ghosts!
Again, the
Yeah.
ghost. And this is better than Spectral Ghost in some degree
This
because
is
you
a
can't
Tomy
actually
card right
kill it.
here. 1 PP
Yo,
Bronze Haunted
this would be
Mansion.
again. Yeah, this would be great 1 set ago, but due to
Yeah.
circumstance, again, I'm gonna have to give it a 1 out of 5.
Countdown 3. When
Well,
allied follower is banished, gain 1 shadow. At the end of your turn, put a ghost into your hand. Yep. But
Oh my
real,
god, guys, I
actually,
wonder
I
why.
think it's actually
fine.
still really. I don't know. I feel like it could be cooking in barrier right because it's giving you like a follower to barrier right. But
I
it
like
would
that's
just
what
been
you
so much
do.
better with Ghosts if Masquerade was still here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
That's
revise.
explained,
I'll
though.
revise it to like I would say like a 2 or 3,
Yeah, I'll give it a
depending
2.
on.
Three, then. Here's the
It's
thing.
it's a
It at least
true, like, but it
explains.
can't go above that.
True.
It explains the cost 3 effect, why it gives effects to the hand now, because
I think
hey, this
yeah.
actually puts it to your hand. Because yeah, most of the time they just summon them flat out. They rarely just put a ghost in your hand.
Yeah,
So
this gives
Yeah,
you
I'll
like
say
barrier
2 or
right
3 depending on
Potter.
circumstance because it does
I
add
didn't
hand, so you can actually
consider
choose when you want it.
I didn't actually consider barrel rights because I don't play the deck,
I
so
play
I
the deck.
didn't realize that. Yeah,
Cayden plays it.
Same.
yeah,
Same. I also play it as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Vampire
Oh
Liberated,
yes.
legendary
Okay.
1/1/1. During your turn, when this card is added from your hand to your hand from your deck, if you have 10 or less cards in your deck, you reveal it. It becomes a 5/5 and you recover an evolution point. It has Ward and Fanfare. Banish 2 random cards from your deck. Banish a card from your hand and put a copy of it into your deck, and then draw a card. On Evo, if you have 10 or less cards in your deck, you wipe the board. Actually, you just deal 3 damage to board or 7 damage to the board, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh
state this
wow.
out now. To the entirety of Blood right here, I've stated this very clearly to Link and everyone else. I was not pleasantly happy with any of this deck at all, and I still am iffy on it. I will,
Yeah.
however, agree that this card here, Vampire Liberated, is a 5 out of 5 because it's the literally only thing carrying this deck, in my opinion.
Oh no, I disagree. You should see the other cards. God,
Okay,
why do
we'll
this?
get to the other cards first. So, my opinion of this card is very 5 out of 5 because it's an EP recovery and also it's just a 1 drop that is ward and starts doing your game plan very early. I also like the lore of this card. You see that man over there? That's a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like
It
the
kinda gives
fact that
me,
it's a
like,
one drop because it does get this whole thing
Yeah.
started.
It
I
kinda gives
also
me, like,
think
the concept of how, like, in Runecraft, how, like, they had cards that banish the top card of the deck.
Yeah,
Pretty much, it's
Runecraft
the same thing.
had a similar archetype. Yeah,
yeah. We had under 20 ruin. Now we have under 10 blood
yeah.
Under
coming up.
10.
But
Oh my god, guys, we are 10
Honestly,
years old.
I will see like what other
Like
what other cards exist, and I may
this
try
is
this.
the case, I'm gonna say it's gonna
Same.
depend on how. I'm gonna have to see an actual practice. Is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It sounds
Are we
bad
done?
on paper. It sounds really bad on paper.
Are we done on this
yeah,
card?
It's
Yeah. Okay.
well, it's not that
yeah.
it sounds scary, but
Right, next card. This card will spook you. Milnar Demon Butcher, 5/4/5 legendary. During your turn, if this card is banished from your deck, you summon it and then return it to your hand. So basically, like invoke. And then during your turn, when this card is added to your hand from your deck, if you channel this card to your deck, you change its cost to 2, and it becomes a 7/6. And it has Storm and Drain. So I give
Oh,
this
Essentially,
5 out
wow.
of 5.
okay,
It's a
that's
one card.
This is
interesting.
Yeah.
literally 5 out of 5. It's
Yeah.
it
That's
gives me
wow. That's just
chills.
wow.
Yeah.
okay, this
Especially,
is the one.
yeah.
Especially with
Yeah.
with what it seems like the deck's concept is gonna be really quick to bring this out.
And you'll never lose
Yeah.
it because to just activate it, you just play something that will put it back to your deck, and then you just draw it again, and then you get like the
I'm like,
full.
oh, I draw it again. Oh, banish again.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, not
And
the
especially,
other two.
Come on, yeah, come on, come on.
Uh, yeah, as a whole, the fact that she can return herself if banned whatsoever, as the saving grace of this card, so you're guaranteed to at least have 3 of this in your deck, no matter what. It's yeah,
It's good.
It's good.
Connor,
It's
it's
a
yeah.
good,
five.
Connor, I
but
know you were
it is
Well,
interrupted.
the one card.
yeah, yeah. Well, I
Oh,
would say
sorry.
a good part about it is also like because that fact it allows to like really compress them into that under 10. So when you do like post at turn 7, when you've gotten this out, you can draw like just all your multiples of this in that same turn and just like completely OTK out the opponent
Yeah,
off
I
of
Yeah.
very
it.
much like the fact that this card says if it's banished, you essentially get to add it to your hand instead of like losing the card.
yeah. And the
Mhm.
nice thing is that the legendary that came before this board wipes the board, so you don't have to deal
Yeah,
with ward.
Wait,
And
which
don't forget,
legend?
This
it's a
card.
The
one cost.
Vampire Liberated.
Oh,
yeah.
being liberated. I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next card. Lawful
All
Evil,
right.
3/3/3
Ooh.
gold. Ward,
Yeah.
fanfare. It does the ban.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
gonna
first,
refer to it as the
okay, first,
banish thing, so we
okay,
know.
okay,
Yeah.
I
okay.
think
First
you guys
off,
have
I would
all
just
seen the
say, first
trend.
off, who decided to name this card alignment in D&D?
D&D. Yep.
Okay, fanfare. It does the banish thing, and at the end of your turn, if you have 10 or less cards in your deck, it becomes a 6/6 ward, and then you give your leader the following effect: at the end of your opponent's turn, or until the end of your opponent's turn, you reduce damage taken by 1. I'm gonna give this card a 3 out of 5. It's nice on curve to start to do your quest, but I think the payoff is a bit bleh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
Yeah, I
I
agree.
because
I
this
do agree.
pay.
I do agree that it's on curve, but I do agree
No,
that it's on curve.
then again, on curve there is a better card than this on curve.
I
Mm.
will say this. I think everyone's already noticed, but yeah, a lot of these cards will share the effect to banish 2 from your deck and then return
Yeah.
1 to your deck
Yeah, they're
and draw 1.
millers.
Yeah, they all share this effect essentially, and most actually, I'm pretty sure all the cards in the blood right now have this effect except for like 1 to 2 cards. So
I
Well,
was
yeah,
gonna
Right.
say,
for me, it's a three because, like, especially when you're under 10 cards, you don't want to be defensive. You just want to kill.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say the payoff is non-existent. It's a
they're
miller
only
for
used
the
they're only
archetype.
used in
That's it.
early in. They're
I
only
mean,
used
I'll
in
give it. It's a
fanfare.
nice ward for early game.
It's a 3/3 war country, which is actually quite good for this type of
Yeah,
meta.
Mhm.
Right. Next
the only
card.
thing you really care for is their fanfare.
Next card, Sanguine Knight, 2 play point gold spell. Banish it does the banish thing, but instead of draw 1, it should draw 2. And if you have more evolution
Yeah.
points in your opponent, you restore 1 defense to your leader, and this basically becomes a 1 play point. 5 out of 5 does the quest. It actually
Yeah.
banishes 3. I mean, takes out 3 instead of 2, and it's a 1 play
Yeah.
point. Like you can spam this. Like
Honestly,
Yes.
Yeah.
well, it's not just the fact that it banishes 3; it also like draws 2. So essentially, you're removing like four cards from the
I don't know.
deck.
You only
Well,
remove 3 cards.
yeah. Yeah, you banish
Oh.
two, you put one back.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
draw
yeah. I
two.
forgot. Yeah, I forgot. You put a copy
You're
into
down
the deck.
to
It's the
Yeah.
Kusim effect.
But it gives
It's
you
the
more
Kusim effect.
opportunities to draw the cards that like have that,
I
you know, when it
Uh,
added to your hand.
Yeah,
Also, the restore 1
Yeah.
defense and recover 1 play point is also nice.
Yep.
Yeah, this goes without saying 5 out of 5. You are playing 3 of this no matter what. If you first time play this deck, there's no way you're not running this F3.
I will just say, by the way,
Yeah.
this deck's gonna be broken in Take Two, because it's so easy to
Ah.
hit 10 cards in Take
Yeah.
Two.
Oh yeah, in
Yeah.
Take 2
Yeah.
this deck is dumb.
Imagine getting all the cards in Take 2 though. I just
I mean, this will definitely
It's
show up to
Very
the next Take
likely
Two
because
format.
they focus.
Yeah.
They focus on the new format more, so it's very likely you'll get it early.
Alright, we don't need to talk more about that card. Next card,
Oh my
Waterwing Demon, silver 3/2/1, Storm, Fanfare, banish 2 random cards from your deck, Strike, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. If you have 20 this time, 20 or less cards in your deck, you deal 2 damage and draw a card. Okay, 5 out of 5, once again. Staple, great.
Wow,
This
this is
one,
pretty good
I'm
luck
happy
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
It lacks the draw effect.
Well,
Excuse me, it's right there.
it's right
Sorry,
there.
On the
Let
strike.
me
Are you
rephrase that. Let me
blind?
rephrase that. It lacks the banish to and put a copy to draw effect.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what it lacks.
but I think it's just
Yeah,
meant to
but
be for your early game.
this
In
is the early
return,
game.
Yeah,
though,
this
you
is
do
more of an early game kind
Yeah.
of card, so you
No,
can
no,
just
but in
pop off
return, it's an
later.
early game card. Yeah. In return, it's an early game card that can actually function on 20 or less, like instead of the suicidal 10 or less.
It's also
Yeah, it's
Storm. Chip.
Yeah, it's a storm.
Yeah, I
It's
love
gonna be.
I
It's
honestly
gonna.
love this.
It's gonna be part of the thing that kills the opponent in the
I
end
love
game
this.
as
Honestly,
well
I
as
love
the
this
Having
thing.
Storm is lovely. Having Storm is lovely.
I love
Next
the
How
fact,
expensive
yeah,
is this
that's
supposed to be,
unexpected.
actually?
Honestly, if it had rush, honestly, it would
It
still
would still be
good.
good
But
enough,
Storm,
yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah.
that's a nice bonus.
Yep. Next
The
card.
scary part is it deals 2 damage to all opponents, so that's gonna be
Wait,
a
All
what?
followers.
All
All
enemy
No,
followers.
followers.
Oh, followers.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry.
It's still good enough.
It's still
It's still good because
good
it
because
deals. Because
it's still
yeah,
white
It
most
hit the
deals
whole
with
thing.
like small boards. Anyways, next card, Buller, Child of Evil, 2/2/2, Resurgent,
Ooh.
silver. If you have 2 or less if you have 2 play points and 10 or less cards in your deck, you choose. So it's like Dawnbreak Night Edge again. So I'll get over that in a moment. Fanfare, you do the banish thing. So
Yeah.
the
Ban it,
first
And then draw a
choose
card again.
is
and then you
Heaven
draw.
Swarm. So her first form is Heaven Sworn. Ward Fanfare. Banish a card from your hand and put a copy of it in your deck, and then draw 2 cards. Look at the stats for a 2/2. So that's
Yeah.
her
My
first form,
God.
and the second form
Jesus.
is 2/5/4 Fanfare. Destroy 2 random enemy followers. Restore 4 defense to your leader. Okay, so I'll go
Okay,
first.
wow.
I'm gonna give this card a 5 out of 5 just because it's a curve that helps your game plan, and also whilst these 2 cards don't necessarily help you win the game, it's really like I think this card is a way to get you activate all your the cards that need to be added to your hand. It gives you 2 chances,
Right.
and this card just like
Yeah.
pops 2 wards if you don't have the Vampire Liberator, and then heals
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my
Yeah. I was
personal
gonna say.
opinion, Hellsworn will be the more used one, and I think
Yeah, I would say Hellstorm RNG kills are
yeah,
gonna
because
Yeah,
happen
Heaven's one has
quite
the
often.
it's
Hellsworn
so
has the
fine.
issue
This thing is
where
so good.
Heaven's one issue is that it will accelerate your death too if you consider
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
I will also
Well,
give this a 5 out of
well,
5.
well, that's the thing with this deck. It's either go big or go home.
I know, but for a
Yeah.
cost you probably would not want to use Heaven's Splendor unless your hand is that low.
I think it's good because like you can put back Milnard or the Vampire, like literally anything that has that during your turn thing, and it's
I
only taking
guess.
out 1 card from your deck because it's draw
I
2.
guess,
It
yeah.
doesn't
Right.
banish anything. Right, next card.
Well,
Crimson Talon Strike, 3 PP Silver Resurgent, summon 2 Forest Bats, and then put 2 random Bloodcraft followers from your deck into your hand. And if you have 10 or less cards in your deck, you evolve the summon Forest Bat. This reminds me of that, what is that spell again, Kay? From like Machina
Return the
days?
nightmare.
Yeah, Machina days.
Yeah.
I give this a 3 out of 5 just because whilst it's a pretty good effect, I actually think that like this is mostly useful to get your pieces in the late game rather than unbrick yourself in the early
Really.
game. But like
Yeah.
it's decent. I like it.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5 personally because while it doesn't really go with the banish theming, it does at least thin out your deck by 2 cards. Though there is the issue it is a 3 cost, so it's a 50-50, I'd say.
I mean, I guess you're not losing out on tempo because you definitely you get like 2 bodies. just for casting it.
Yeah, you
Right.
also and then when you're a 10 or less deck, while it's not that useful, it's still 2 evolved bodies, I guess, so you could consider that.
Well, I would say it's 2 rush bodies to get through defense. That they
Mhm.
True,
have.
yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
rush? They don't have rush.
They
They
if they
were
Well, no,
evolve,
they're
if they
They
evolve.
evolved.
if Oppo has to have
Well, yeah,
rush game,
evolve, but
remember?
that's only when you have under 10. Under 10. That's why you're running this. Why are you using this card?
Yeah.
Probably just to
Well,
like
well,
Under
well,
tutor
one,
whatever
it's
is
all
left in
one.
that deck.
It's not
Well,
just
well,
yeah.
yeah.
One.
You
It's
see,
still summon
so
two,
under
but
10, you'd play this. You'd get like 1 copy of the Storm, dude. If you've compressed, then you have the 2
that
bats
is
to evolve into to run into their board, and then you still got the
All
Storm
still,
guy.
well, we all
Who,
still agree that this is still only a 3
well,
out
no,
of
not
5.
just that. Use it when you're at
yeah,
12. Use it when you're at 12 deck.
Yeah, you can.
That's also
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You actually,
yeah,
you can.
yeah,
Yeah, if you have 12 cards in
yeah,
your
yeah.
deck.
yeah.
So it's pretty okay for what it is. You still play this for sure.
Now, what I don't know
Actually,
though is that if you play this and you get the Milnard and the Vampire Liberator, if they will trigger because when they were taken out of the deck technically has like that was like 12 when they got taken out. So that I don't know.
here's something I just realized about this is what can even actually I'll say this comment after we're done with all the blood cards because this is a thought I
Okay.
have in mind.
Next card,
Yeah.
staple, I think. Hell's Heartbreaker, bronze 2/3/1. During your turn, when this card's added to your hand from your deck, if you return this card to your deck, reveal it and it becomes a 5/3 storm. And then on body,
Mhm.
it has rush and does the banish thing. Staple, 5 out of 5. Just,
Yeah.
yep.
5 out of 5.
Extender
Definitely a
to your
5
win
out of
con,
5.
and on
It's
curve.
also a bronze,
Yep.
so
Bruh.
it's cheap. It is just cheap.
And it's extender to your win con. Since Milnard was already 6 attack, this card is 5 attack. Like, you get it. Like,
How many bronze are left?
No,
Misha?
dude, it's 6 costs. That 2 mil 9 this, that's GG, that's 20 damage.
yep.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
will have to be. You have
Next
to play though
card,
that it doesn't get banished.
Bolt Devil. Sorry. Bronze 8/6/6. Fanfare summon 2 of itself. At the end of your turn, deal 6 damage to an enemy follower and 2 damage to an enemy leader. Take 2 card. Next.
Yeah.
yeah.
Two
Is
cards.
that?
Yeah.
Is
Just,
that?
Got it.
What does it even go into?
Okay, Fierce
Okay, Rap's gonna
Disciple.
use this.
1/1/1 bronze.
yeah.
Fanfare deal 1 damage to your leader, and then last for summon a forest spot. Okay, so it's basically like that one.
Wrath.
It's just Rat,
Mhm.
and like it's that one accelerate girl that summons a forest spot. So, okay, I guess
It's
3 out of
another.
5.
Yeah.
I'll just say
I
3
Yeah.
out of 5.
mean,
As a Wrath
3
player,
out of
I will
5.
say
Yeah.
like it does
Yeah,
do
um,
1
we.
damage.
It's a
I was
1/1 for
gonna say,
color death.
I was gonna say might be 3 out of 5 now, but I would put this 2 out of 5. I played rough many times. This is probably the
No, you're right.
one of the
It doesn't
worst.
cycle, and it does
One
no drain.
mana wrath.
Yeah,
King,
3
yeah.
or it's either it's like 3 out of 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
best.
Next card, Warp Fusion. 2
Oh,
play point bronze. Banish 2 random cards from your deck, and then deal 2 damage to all enemy followers. Pretty decent.
This is
3 out of
it's
5.
decent.
I
Mhm.
I
I
Yeah.
don't
want to
like
say it
This
does
is probably like
better
the
I'm 3 out of
lowest
5.
copy of everything that you want to run in the deck, I think.
Yeah. I would say
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
though. I'll say 3 though because it does deal 2 to all.
Followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Issues. It's
Mhm.
also to your own too. So you
Yeah,
have
but
to
I don't
really
think
have
you're
to
meant to
Yeah.
use it when you have your own. I think like
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
play when you have
You.
an empty board.
Yeah. Play on an empty board. You're gonna clear the early
Yeah.
game.
Havencraft, my forte. 7/6/6.
Yeah.
Divine Minister, legendary. Ward, fanfare, summon a Divine Minister. When it comes into play, you restore 2 defense to your leader, and when it leaves play, you banish a random enemy follower. I'll give this 3 out of 5. It's not the best, but it's also like I don't mind it. Like it's 6/6 ward heal 4. I mean, I guess the only gripe about it is that it's 7 cost. Like I'm not winning the game, and
That
so I'm just
is an
stalling.
issue to be fair.
But there is a gold
Mm.
that will cover at some point that helps this,
Yes.
so that's why I'm more
Personally,
open to it.
No,
personally, I will mention.
but Link, that gold only has it doesn't summon another copy of
I
itself.
know,
because
but it's still
It's a banish and a restore too.
I'll say
Off
3.
of-
I'll say
off of-
3 out. I'll say 3 out of 5 at best for this card.
yeah,
3 out of 5. But
honestly.
Yeah.
my main gripe is that
Right.
it is the legend for this set, and I'm just like, why? It's a 7 cost. You are realistically using this in barely any deck, though there is going to be one in this set of cards we're about to look at that does work with it, and I do understand why it's played. I am
Well, I
just
was
very annoyed because it's like it heals to yourself. So if it wasn't for the fact that it was a 7 cost, I felt like this could have seen play in the Luvia. I am admitting that I am a Heal Haven fan, but still,
I'm an
I
evil
am just
Haven
not
fan.
happy with Divine Master. I really am
Actually,
not happy
I,
with Divine
I think this
Master.
could have
I
worked
was
better as just a
Minister,
5 drop
Minister.
with lower stats.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say.
With the cards
I
that
mean,
we're gonna, yeah.
I would say just it's the support legend for the next legend we're going to talk about of this
Who I
archetype
also have a
that
gripe
Haven
with.
is supposed to be for this
Who I
art of the
also have a
set.
gripe
To-
with. I really do not like the legend for Haven this set.
okay.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
I
move on
mean,
then. Unless anyone want to give more comments about this card.
Let's just move on.
Boxes.
no.
Let's try to keep it short.
Yeah.
No, I
I
already
mean,
said.
we already spent a lot of time. Let's just keep going. Okay, so
Yeah.
the other legendary, Lena, Heaven's Judge, 4 cost,
Mm.
legendary 2/4 Resurgent. She has no ability on her regular body, but on evolve, she destroys all enemy
Yeah.
followers with the highest attack in play. So basically, if all
Yeah.
your enemy followers have the same attack, they all die. And then give
Mm-hmm.
your leader the following effect: at the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to the enemy leader and restore 1 defense to your leader. If 5
Mm-hmm.
followers that cost at least 5 play points came into play this match, deal 3 damage and restore 3 defense instead. If at least 10, deal 5 damage and restore 5 instead. If at least 20, deal 50 damage instead. And then this effect is
Yeah.
not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match.
Well, if this card looks very familiar, it's Calamity Genesis and Havencraft.
Yeah.
I give this card a 4 out of 5. I just like Lena's artwork, but like I don't think her deck is mm, like a, I don't think her deck is gonna be anything great, but she's really good as an extender in my opinion for some decks like Evo
I
Haven and other stuff. It burns and heals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is
I
Yeah.
don't
I was.
see
cookable.
hope for this.
I,
Just,
I
I mean.
can
I
give it.
mean.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5 as well because this deck is very cookable.
Yeah. I would say I give it a 4 or 5. Like the immediate evolve is not nice defense, and I think like you're never going to get anywhere to the 10 or 20 mark, but like just that the 5 mark is a fairly easy mark with most of the cards from this set. So dealing 3 and gaining 3 every turn is pretty good to extend for like other combo kills
Mhm.
that this type of Haven can do.
I think the only downside is that she's a 4 cost and she does which means
Oh yeah.
with
She
which
doesn't
mean
power herself on.
yeah, and the other downside is
Mhm.
that because of Ether, I think is her name.
Aether, yeah, Aether.
Ether
Here's the
will
thing.
pull her
Had she
instead
been
of
a 5 cost,
Illuvia for the Illuvia deck.
well,
So
no, it's gonna
Yeah,
randomly pick between the
well, it's
two. Is the
random, but yeah,
thing.
but it dilutes the pool. Like that's the
yeah, yeah.
downside.
Well, no, yeah, yeah. So here's my comment. There is that had she been a 5 cost, lovely.
Mm,
I would have loved her as a card.
Actually, wish she would
But
have
no, they
ward
made
on
her.
main body.
I
yeah.
wouldn't. No, I would not have minded her if she was a 5
Hmm.
cost, because then at least
Hmm.
we would not have the issue where Illuvia cannot be played with her without accidentally screwing Aether over. She, she would have been
Yeah,
amazing in Illuvia had it not been for the fact she was a 4 cost that Aether can accidentally summon.
I mean, like even then, I don't know if you're even gonna play this in Illuvia.
Actually, you could have. There's a slot in Illuvia which is taken up by Apostle
There,
right now.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There's entirely one free slot. The only reason
2 free
Apostle is
slots.
played is for early board wipe with the cost 1 Excel. That's basically about it. You don't really use the
Or
evolve.
you can get the effect if like you're desperate and like you
Oh
didn't win
yeah.
the game. Let's move on to get more of a picture.
Actually, question: what other 5 cost or higher do we have? Like
Oh well,
from the
this.
prior sets?
Oh, from the
Oh
Yeah,
prior
yeah.
yeah.
sets, we have Heralde, we have Divine Wolves, we have. I mean,
I keep forgetting about Divine Wolf.
Varial.
For neutrals, there's Explorer of Mysteries, I think, unless he
Explorer
rotated it.
Mysteries, Goddess.
I know
Goddess
this
is
one. People were
on Transmute.
you guys
Okay,
were interested in. I'm pretty sure.
Pendulum Almirage. 5 play point gold
Yeah.
for 2. Rush. Put a follower, fanfare, put a follower from your hand into play and give it the following effect. At the end of your turn, return this card. So Sahakwil is back as a
Yeah.
Haven card. And this is why I think Haven, Minister is okay. I actually do wish
Fine.
it activated Minister's fanfare, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
that
mean,
would have been a
honestly,
bit
if this
much.
card activated fanfares, it will be very, very much broken.
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like this would have been the only way I.
I'm actually
This
gonna
is
give it
the
a
only
3 out of
reason I'm
5.
just like.
Same
It's
here.
like 3 out of 5 because
A
yeah, for a
funny thing
5
you could
cost.
do, the funny thing you could do is drop Mr. Zerael with this card and just
Yeah,
leave it on guard when you
Yeah.
at the end of the turn.
yeah. I would say any of the heavily aegis people won't bounce back off of it, so they'll get a stick.
It's like it's interesting to say the least, but it's like yeah, it's like I don't know if Lina's gonna have her own deck, but it's probably not gonna be that much effective with like what the meta is probably gonna be like.
Yeah. Next
I
card.
think the issue is that Lena is just trying to use too many high costs, in my opinion.
Sekhmet,
I
Goddess
was
of Plague, 3/2/3 gold. Resurgent,
Mhm.
game ambush until the end of your opponent's turn. At the end of your turn, give all other followers -1/-1/-1, restore 1 defense to your leader. I'm gonna give this card a 3 out of 5. It was so close to being like staple in my opinion. If it was the 2-drop or if it didn't hit your own followers, in my
Oh yeah, that's the
opinion.
sad part. If it was a
Yeah.
2-drop,
Yeah.
you would not mind the kill your own or hit your own follower part. It's an amazing removal card, but it's a 3-drop, and that's just not ideal in something like Alluvia.
Yeah.
For sure,
Especially
yeah.
because it makes using like June harder. I can't say her name.
That being said, it
Mhm.
is an ambush unit, so there was that. It's just like it negates your like heal because like
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. The issue Link, is that isn't it the fact that how can I put this? Like by the time you're even gonna summon her out or call her out, isn't your opponent just gonna be able to board wipe it? Probably.
I mean that depends.
Just like
There's a reason why
like
it's
what
kind of
I
hard to clear the agent and the agent of the commandments.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
see.
your opponent can't remove it, and it's the end of your turn, so you at least get the one activation of hitting their early like X1s off their
I
board.
guess that's
I
fair.
think it's mid. Let's put it like
Yeah.
that. Next
It has
card.
so much
Yeah.
potential.
Cattleya, Grand Priestess, 6 cost, 5/7 silver. She has a ward and
Mm.
fanfare banish an enemy follower. And then at the end of your
Mhm.
turn, you get the leader effect. Restore 1 defense to your leader every end of turn, and it's removed after activating 3 times.
What
Um,
are they cooking?
I mean, we
Eh,
had cards like this before, but first of all, those cards were for the rest of the game, and
Yeah.
they had
It was
accelerate.
the rest of the game is still ain't good.
This is basically
It
De
was
La
still
Fill,
I
but if De La Fill was like a silver, I guess, and wasn't for the rest
Yeah.
of the game, so I'm gonna give this a 2. Actually, 1.
Yeah.
Give it
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. I would say I give it one
Yeah,
out of five.
one.
Like I don't see it. Uh,
so much
yeah,
potential. That
I'm
of
so
it.
excited for
yeah.
this next card.
Okay.
Oh,
I'd
this
also
card I
Next
love. This
card,
one I actually
Wings
love.
of Friendship, 1 play point silver. Countdown, fanfare, discard a card from your hand and put a copy of it into your deck. If you discard a follower, the journey costs at least 5 play points. Add 1 to this amulet's countdown. And at the end of your turn, restore 1 defense to your leader and draw a card. 5 out of 5, amazing amulet. I appreciate this Lapis support. I'm like here
Yeah.
for it. And Jatalant
Yeah.
support.
Yeah. I would say
5
Wait,
out
five,
of
five, five, five. This is one of the best Gillette supports for Unlimited that's about to show up from this set.
Oh, I didn't realize this was working unlimited. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
resurgent.
no. So yeah. So I don't know what like it'll probably be good enough in rotation, but I'm not. But this card is like the one it like for Gillette, and then it like that rain effect. I forgot what the spell of it is. Like it's using like Dagon Dragon. I know that deck's not going, but that's like one of the most premier combo spells. And now we have it on an amulet in Haven.
Here's
Haven as a
my
one
opinion.
drop.
The reason I was so excited for this one was because, in my opinion, this just seemed like a good 1-drop for Heal Haven right now because Heal Haven,
I
like,
don't think so.
after, like,
There's no
really,
big other than Apostle and John. There's not a lot of big things you can slot back in Heal
I don't
Haven.
really,
Mhm.
here's my opinion, though, I don't really care about the
This is
scheme,
just
though.
a one cost of
I,
Orchid's
no,
training room, the one that draws you and heal one.
yeah,
This is just a
yeah,
one drop of that card.
Yeah, but that
that's
thing
why I
about
like
that
it
card is
because,
heal 2, draw 2. This card is heal 1, draw 1.
I mean,
no, but
I
here's,
mean, but
the reason I like it, though, is that it's a card that just lessens the amount of cards in your deck and lets you draw faster.
Yeah, but at the same thing you're
well,
discarding. Don't remember. Like I mean, remember.
well, yeah, but I think an important thing is that it at least it gets an Alluvia from hand back into deck, so then Aether can pull
Oh,
it out
yeah.
I guess there's that.
off
That's
of it.
actually a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
The
That's a good
only
point. Like,
lineup
I
was
didn't
the
consider
5
that.
plus.
yeah.
I
Yeah, the
like
one
it
Wait.
though.
amulet for the
It's a
first
good
one, I really
amulet,
like
and
it.
I appreciate it in Lapis because I can put Lapis back into my deck now
I was saying, you get
Yes.
Chalent back into that deck. Oh,
Anyways,
for
let's go to the
Garuda to
next.
pull. 5 costs,
yeah.
amulet, opposing wing, silver, resurgent, summon a holy lightwing. Last word, summon an
Mm.
infernal lightwing. Lightwing is a 3/5 with ward, 5 costs, and infernal darkwing is a rush 5/5/3.
I
It's
don't know
five
what you're
Oh,
costs.
looking, but
Countdown to
Yeah.
yeah one. I mean take 2 card rather, but 2 out of 5.
it's just take two,
Yeah,
bro.
One
yeah,
out of five actually.
take two.
I understand what they were
five
going. They were trying to give you like two, like two 5 costs in one card, but like this being five
Yeah.
costs
I would
itself,
say
I personally don't
it
like
needed to
it.
cost less than 5 and
I
cheat
don't
those
I
two
like
think
it.
five
5 costs
costs.
for that. I don't like it. I wouldn't
yeah.
personally run it.
I think the goal was to
Calculating
put it with the amulet deck, or not amulet, yeah, amulet deck.
for like
Even
Garuda.
then, I feel like it ain't as worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, no, can't the amulet deck cheat it out normally?
only Garuda can cheat it out.
yeah.
Two
Oh,
two
we're
two
losing.
calculating medic.
Yeah.
If you have at least 2 followers in your hand, reaching cost at least 5 play points, increase your leader's maximum defense by 1. Restore 1 defense to your leader and draw a card. Okay, this card is 5 out of 5 for what it's
Yeah.
trying to help. Actually,
Yeah.
it can be really generic. Like it's okay.
It can be.
I'm give it. Actually, I'll give it in
Yeah.
general. In general, I'll give it a 3 or 4. For the deck it wants to be in, I think this is a slot in. I think it's a staple.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah, I think that's fair. General
Yes,
3,
theoretically.
4, but for certain decks can actually, yeah.
Crystalline Tiger Bronze 5/5 Rush Ward Fanfare enhance 7 2 copies of itself. Okay, take 2 card.
Take two.
I hate saying take
Two.
2 card because I know it's trying to support Lena, but like, bro, I don't know. Like enhance 7. Could you have done it on
Yeah.
Fanfare in general?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like at least like Fanfare summon 1, then you can enhance the brain.
Can I
Two.
can I have this?
With
Can I have this? Can I have this in Portalcraft? I like to have 3/5/5 body for
No.
2 cards.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this
Very
one.
painful.
I mean, uh, 1 out of 5.
It's
But
no.
it's a
We
good
just
take
have
2
to
card.
no.
Take
We have
2.
no. Link. We have a new score. It's the take
It's
two.
called
It's,
Take
we
2
call this card the
Skull.
take two.
Oh yes, I think this is take 2. Yes.
Deep Mist Shaman, 3/3/3 bronze. Give another allied follower the following effect can't be targeted by enemy effects, and this card can't be targeted by enemy effects. And then evolve, banish an enemy follower with 3 defense or less and can't be targeted. Okay, so it's basically like Powercraft Bishop, like from like back in the
yeah.
day.
Yes.
I'll give this 3
This
out of
is
5. It can cook. I'm not sure what it's cooking, but it can cook.
3 out
Yeah,
of
I'll give it. Yeah, I would
3 out
say
of
I
5
give it
can
3,
cook.
considering I don't know how it's gonna fare.
Well, I know it doesn't heal because I'm on like the 2 or 3 because I feel like, but because Hotaru's brought up, I feel I don't like aim point can't be targeted on like Olivia who gets massive, like not bad off of
It
it.
is, yeah, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
remember that it can't be
Okay,
targeted,
but
still
okay,
can be
but
traded, so Bane is like
honestly,
there.
honestly, what if? Honestly, but what if it was ambush instead? Instant 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it would be
So
instant 5 out
cookable.
of 5 if it was ambush. I mean, the good thing is it's a banish. It's another banish, I guess. Like, I mean, if last is gonna be meta, at least you have a
Yeah.
lot of banish.
Yeah.
Halls
Ah
of the
yes, Link, try the
Inquisition.
banish. Yeah. Fight.
Banish Alice.
What is that
2 play
card?
point, bronze, amulet, resurgent. Countdown to if at least 3 enemy followers are in play, recover 1 play point and subtract 1 from this amulet's countdown. Last words, destroy an enemy follower. Oh, okay, so it's just like
What?
that really old amulet from
Take
back in the
it's
day. No, it's
yeah,
not
but
take
take
2.
two.
I give it a 4 out of 5. This is a good. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a tech
no,
card.
it's basically just like that agent from like back in the day what Crystallize used, where it was like fanfare, draw card, last word, or something. I'm giving this
Yeah.
a 4
Yeah,
or
but
3 out
like
of 5. It's not bad. I don't think this is purely take 2.
I'll say 3 out of 5 too,
Yeah.
just because of the fact that
it's a tech
it is a
card.
2.
You would run this as a tech, like
Oh, so
especially
this
when
is
they're in
good for
sword
amulet.
mode.
This is good for Nerial.
Yeah, it's good for
yeah,
Amulet.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think I
because
would agree.
Yeah,
it does reduce the
Yunariel.
countdown.
For amulet, this
It
has
does reduce the
potential.
countdown.
Okay.
Go
So
to
next
Portal.
card is
Oh
we're
my
on to
god.
Portal now. Eon Destiny's Hand, legendary 5 play point 1/1. Bane, Ward, and Fanfare destroy all other allied followers, gain +X, and recover X play points. X equals the number of followers destroyed, and at the end of your turn, if this follower's attack is at least 5, draw 3 cards, destroy 2 enemy followers, and recover 1 evolution point.
Why
I
do you
think this card
exist?
could have cooked, but like there's no deck for it to cook because I think
Gonna
it would have
cook,
been
but like
good in
Puppet doesn't
puppets. Yeah,
exist.
puppet. Like,
But Puppet
Yeah.
doesn't
where's
exist.
Victoria? Where's the Victoria Resurgent or the
Yeah,
Orchis Resurgent?
This
I,
is
I, I,
uh,
I would say this is your puppet player's archetype. Purposely, we got
Yeah.
such a mid card of this
so,
Fang in here.
so here's the sad
Me,
part is I
as a previous Puppet main, I wanted the win con. This is what I get. Bullshit.
Yeah, this
I
You
is
get
the
a
think
ultimate
setup.
win con.
You get set up.
I think are you fine if I disclose something real fast?
Sure.
Hmm?
What?
Yeah,
All the bronze card we're about to see all support puppet. Sadly
Yeah.
enough.
well,
So
yeah.
this could have been
I mean,
good. So this
I,
could have
I,
been good. But we don't
I,
really have a deck that can really use it.
I mean, also like, but even if there were more, like, it would have been fine. But like puppet portals get this, Evo portal players get the man
Shin,
from
yeah.
two sets to get.
Yeah. Like this
Yeah.
card
Sorry,
seems
Kayden,
fun, but it's just like there's nothing to work with it.
It's budget Shin, but like
Yeah.
it's too
Mm,
bad.
Her
Yeah,
effect could have been good. Her effect could have been really good, but it just did
yeah,
not work. Anything.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
next
this card
one,
is lovely.
Electric Rhino, legendary 7/4/2 Resurgent. During your turn, when this card is added to your hand, if X is at least 1, subtract X from its cost and reveal it. X equals the number of allied artifact cards destroyed this match. And whenever an allied artifact card is destroyed, subtract 1 from the cost of this card. It has Rush and Fanfare. Put 3 Mecha Magical Rhinos into your deck. And Mecha Magical
Mm.
Rhino is a 1/3/2 legendary Resurgent with Rush and Fanfare. Deal 3 damage to the enemy leader, and then last surge put 3 copies of itself back in the deck. So I'm just like,
It's
Genesis
trial the
Artifact, is
time.
that you?
This is the
Artifact?
win con that
Is
Artifact
it?
needed.
How
Yeah.
fast can you summon up the Rhino? Actually, I
Yes,
thought it
Wow.
yes,
like
yes.
by PP3 or PP4. Would you say?
I think turn 3, turn 4, you would have this at the 2 cost already.
I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah,
I think.
and yeah,
That's
and
okay.
That's the scary part.
this Rhino is like, it's the win condition for finally, but now you rotation artifact players are going to now not fight your opponent, but fight your timer as you go through your deck,
Guys,
drawing these
guys,
In
Rhinos.
fairness,
wait
they
a
don't have
minute.
augmentation. They only have budget augmentation. So like, there's not like
This
Yeah,
thing
it
is
won't go on
lovely, though.
forever.
yeah,
Artifacts finally have a boss card. Something we've needed
yeah.
since Retrofia got revealed. Bloody
Retrofia is a
hell.
boss card. What do you mean? I'm just kidding.
What do
I
you
mean,
mean, bro? Cope.
If only isn't Retrofia not an artifact? Like she's just
It's not.
she
She's
is.
yeah.
not.
She isn't. But the thing is, she does help with artifacts and does do something with artifacts. But
Yeah,
the
I'm just making a meme because one of the ways to win with artifacts in Unlimited is to artifact scan the celestial artifact and then just
Wow.
explode the opponent.
Alright, so everyone
Okay,
agree
next
that's a
card.
5 out of 5?
Yeah, 5 out of
Yeah.
5. Okay, Death Gunner,
Yep.
gold
Okay,
4/3/3,
all
Fanfare.
portal main shut up, let the enhanced main talk.
Deal 3 damage to a random enemy follower and draw a card. Enhance 6, deal 2 damage to random enemy followers instead, and then evolve this follower. When this follower evolves, you get the leader effect that you do the same. You do the fanfare again at the start of your turn, and then it's removed after activating 2 times.
Okay,
Yeah.
first off, this being enhanced 6, yeah, it's between playing this turn 6 or playing the ward guy from Condemn turn 6. But
I
honestly, if you
think
don't
you can play
okay,
this without enhance. Like you can do the condemned guy, go
so
back to
there's
4
a
play points, play this, evolve it. Like
but like
it's a good card for enhance though.
you won't really play this as a 4 cost on its own because it's better to play enhanced 6, so it becomes a 2 cost.
yeah,
It's
but
also a
like
free
if
evo if you
between
do it
this and the
with enhance
ward guy, I guess it depends on the board state. But like I would like to
Well,
play the
yeah, it
ward.
depends on the board state, but like I think it's always better to go into this guy if you have a good hand and your HP isn't really dead. Because
Right.
then
I
Okay.
think
I give this
because like
card.
you play this, no, no, you play this, play another card, accelerate.
I give this card a 5 out of 5 for enhance, and I think it's just
Yeah,
really. I think it could actually be generically good, so it's also a good take two card.
yeah, it's a really good take two cards. 5 out of 5 for enhance.
actually
This is actually quite
Yeah.
something enhance needed because it needs more
Shin
board
play
clear.
this.
It needs more board clear ability.
I just realized would Shin play this?
No,
Still
No, I'm probably not. It's too heavy for Shin.
Yeah.
Next card. Laser Tyranny. One
lovely
play point,
card.
gold spell Resurgent. Choose, put 2 copies of one of the following cards in your deck, so either Analyzing Artifact or Ancient Artifact, these cards.
Or itself.
Or itself.
Or itself,
Or
right?
itself.
And then
Ugh.
on its spell, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower, and at the end of this turn, if at least 6 artifact followers have been added to your deck
Yeah.
this match, you deal 2 damage to the enemy leader at the end of the turn.
Yeah,
So,
that's the
thing
other
is-
thing.
5 out of
Kill the
5,
opponent
right?
Besides
Can I give-
rhinos.
Yo, can I give this?
Like-
Can I give it 6?
You 6?
Can I give it
Well,
6
for
out of
me,
5?
currently I have a deck right now that I hope, but it doesn't really use this because it's very good. But the thing is, it clogs the deck from getting more rhinos.
Oh, I mean, the thing
Well,
is,
I mean,
think
this
they
card itself is not an
prefer replay.
artifact, so if you clone it, I mean,
Well, since you will usually play this turn 1 if you don't have the baton guy, but it will kind of clog. But I get the idea. You will usually run this. I will just play this. I mean, deal 2 to your face. Fuck you.
Yeah, but
Here's
for the rest
thing.
of but for the deck of artifact, I feel like this card is like
Yeah, this
amazing.
is a staple. This is such a good staple.
Yeah, I was gonna
This
say-
card is
I've
garbage.
noticed that
Yeah.
all the artifact
Fun
cards
fact.
that are burning won't lose whatever run out of copies. So like artifacts will
Yeah.
never ever have to face the concept of decking out anymore.
Yeah, it's just a timer. It's
Yeah.
just a
Here's a-
timer.
What's the timer?
Yeah.
Right.
Files, for that
3/3/3 silver fodder of medicine. Put a random artifact folder from your deck into your hand and recover 2 play points on evo. Okay,
This is three.
nice. 1 out of
This is
5.
three.
matter.
Three?
Here's a 3 out of 5.
I'll put it.
Two.
3. Here's a 3.
So
The fact that searches the artifact was nice, but then no, actually 2, because it's too
Yeah.
high of a cost for what it does. It's
Well,
actually
yeah,
ironically-
I would say it has that, and it has the not an artifact trait in the artifact Fane.
well,
Oh yeah, that's the
Awesome.
issue. Not being an artifact just ruins it.
Yeah,
Okay.
That is unfortunate. Yeah,
okay, next.
yeah.
It's theoretically a good card.
2-3 out of 5 because of the fact that it may add an artifact to your hand, but at the same time, and it can recover 2, but at the same time, it's not an artifact. So that's
Yeah.
Next.
Mhm.
Especially because you don't have enough artifacts just to fill up the deck. Sadly, we still don't have Robo Puppy.
Next
This is
card,
really good.
Holy
This is
Biker,
really
2/3/1 Resurgent
Okay,
Silver.
this one.
Rush, choose,
Wow.
put 2 copies of one of the following cards, analyzing or ancient, and last word draw card.
This is really good.
Um,
4 or 5.
I really like it.
Unlike the last one, this at least puts 2 cards and it has a last word draw one. It also costs 2, so it's an early game card.
And
No,
also,
it's
it has rush.
also 2-3. It's
Waiting for
it's a
Connor
two-
to
it's a
say,
two
but it's not an
cost 2/1.
artifact, guys.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'll be at a 3 out of 5. It seems good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
my
3 out of
God.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Okay,
this
this is
this
bad.
girl is back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ines Maiden of Shadow 102, our Kasim on a budget for her old
Yeah.
form. Fanfare, if
Yeah.
Resonance is active for you, put a random card with Fusion from your deck into your hand, so Angel. And otherwise, put a random card with Crystallize from your deck into your hand, so Retrophia.
Yeah.
And then Evolve if
Yeah.
Resonance is active for you, gain Bane, otherwise gain Drain.
5.
5,
5.
obviously.
Yeah.
1 cost and
5.
get both of your starters.
I
Hey,
just
if you-
wish,
Resident-
not gonna
Yeah.
lie,
you
I'm
add
weird.
to
I
it.
wish he was still Kasim on a budget.
Shut up. No, Link.
Uh,
No.
No,
If-
I mean,
if you-
I would have loved if the evolve kept the Kasim effect.
Oh my
rather
God,
than-
Shadowcraft. No,
Yeah.
imagine. No, the thing is, like, imagine that. Then you start slamming down your analyzing.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
in Residence going first or second?
Going
Going second.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so this
Yeah,
is
going
a
second.
really good. This is a really good going second
No,
card then.
no.
Yeah.
See, your resonance going first. 'Cause
Wait, is it?
when you go second, you draw 2. So
Yeah.
you go to 35.
Oh yes. For
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, yes.
So,
I mean,
well, either way,
regardless.
though,
Either
going
way,
first,
it's a
you can-
turn 1
either way, you
play.
get a starter.
Yeah.
It gives you
Yeah.
your
Play.
starter.
Well, I would say you play her on 1. You get the order shift angel. I believe she's the one that like fuses Enden.
It gives you
Has the
augmentation.
6 and yeah. Like immediately, you just start that up. So
Mm-hmm.
Fun
good.
fact: she is is the one of the
Me.
cards that got a ult that's getting an ult
Alt
art
art,
this
yeah.
set, so that's lovely.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish
Yeah.
like she had that. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter because she has no stats. But before she had can't be attacked, so like it would have been nice to just
Yeah.
have her chip
What was
damage.
she called originally? What was she called
She
originally?
was Maiden of. Oh my gosh! Someone search this up while as I go to the next card.
Yes.
Clouds.
Maiden of Clouds. Okay.
Oh,
She was of
oh,
Kasim
when I'm
before
remembering
in her old
correctly,
form.
I
Okay.
Yeah.
see.
1/1
But
still a bronze puppets play. Bane and hand 6 summon 2 copies of itself. Give rush to all copies, and then lastly put a puppet into your hand.
Take 2.
Okay. I mean, it would not be a take 2 if
take
puppet was a
two.
deck. But
Yo,
yeah,
this would be
take 2.
great if we still had puppets.
Puppets, yeah. Take 2.
At best,
Yeah.
you could theoretically put it
Oh,
in
she's back.
hand to be
I
resolved.
remember I remember
Oh,
reading her last
horrible.
year. 3/3
Yeah.
bronze Mia wing puppet. Oh, okay, she's lead because she puts a puppet in an enhanced puppet and it shelf
Violet.
evos
Yeah.
and restores defense equals number of puppets. Yeah, she's lead on a budget.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
how you say his name?
What, lead? That's how I say or you're supposed to say lich.
Oh, I just call him Lilith.
No, lead as in the gear magus, like the guy that like puts puppet into your hand and then heals whenever
Oh, you
a
mean
puppet enters.
Link? You mean Link? You mean Link?
Yeah, I just call him lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just
I know
assuming
you're
like
talking about
you're
Lyle,
pronouncing
but it's not.
Lilith.
It
Oh,
works with Lyle,
Link.
but it's
No,
not
no,
Lyle.
Link, guys. I'm ready to
Yeah, it works
see
with
someone
Lyle.
drop this. I'm ready to see someone drop this on Evo. I'm a heal 7. Me. Why is your hand just puppets?
Uh,
Okay, sorry, I forgot to rate it. Whoops. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It's not
It's
bad.
take 2. It's take 2.
I just
Like no
if
one
it
will
was
want
an
this.
unlimited available card, this card would be so nice, I think. But
Okay,
nope,
if the
Resurgent.
next set theoretically if the next set we get a puppet deck, this is really good.
If
Alright,
we get
reboot
over
button. On play point, at least 6 artifact followers have been added to your deck. Choose and play this card as either Steel Arm Congregation or Radiant Machinery. On countdown
Yeah.
1, Fanfare, put 2 ancient artifacts into your deck, and then last word draw a card. Steel Arm Congregation is whenever this enemy's countdown decreases, you put a random artifact follower from your deck into your hand, and when you play an artifact follower, it subtracts 1 from this countdown. Radiant Machinery has a similar effect, but it's restoring 2 defense to your leader instead of adding something to your
This
hand.
card is
5.
disgusting.
5 out of 5.
5.
Steel
Yeah,
Arm
Link,
Congregation is it. Like that's
Steel.
it.
Yo,
Steel
can I give?
arm. Steel arm. You're finding the timer. And that.
Yo, can I
to-
give this 6 out of 5?
6 out of 5.
I
Breaks
think
the
that's fair
barriers.
because also remember this is a bronze card of all things. A
This is a
bronze
Yeah.
bronze
card.
Yeah, this is a bronze.
Yeah.
This makes the honestly, this makes the
This-
first
I'm
like
just
complete
glad
like,
it's
like
not an unlimited, man. Like,
this
it's
is
the
Oh
shirt.
yeah,
the
bro,
fa-
funniest thing is old version of this bro was part of the breaking of unlimited like
Oh
2
yeah,
sets
like
ago.
the original
with
version of
Liz,
this card. Yeah.
yeah, you got the Lazuli like 100% of the time off of it.
did it get banned or something?
All right, Hall
No,
of
well, no,
no
it was part
augmentation
of
got
the
banned.
yeah, it was part of the augmentation, but still
Okay,
banning that
this
needed.
Hall of
thing
Mountless Bronze
could have
4
been good.
cost. Put 2 different random follower Portalcraft followers that cost 2 blue from your deck into play and give all the 5 shot. Okay, take 2. Yeah.
It could have been good, but it's too
Too
high
heavy.
cost. It was a 3 cost maybe.
If it was
3
yeah,
cost
if it
maybe.
was 3, it would have been pretty
Yeah,
good.
2 would have been broken. 2 would have been broken, but 3 would have been fair.
Okay, now we're on to
Okay, now.
neutrals. Okay, the one neutral legendary we have. Twofold Grace, 2
This is
playpoint
valid.
legendary Resurgent. Choose if there are no allied Amaterasu Clear Sky Goddesses or Tsukuyomi Storm Cloud deities in play. Summon one of them, and then if one of them is in play, uh, restore 2 defense to your leader and recover 1 evolution point and 1 play point. So let's look over Amaterasu first. So she is a 2/2/2 legendary ward. Last words. Restore 1 defense to your leader, and give your leader the following effect: at the start of your turn, after your next turn, summon Tsukuyomi and then remove the effect. Tsukuyomi is a rush and deals 1 damage to enemy leader, and then on last words, and then at the start of your next turn, at the start of your turn after your next turn, summon Amaterasu Clear Sky Goddess. Okay, I'm giving this card a 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's good early game presence. No, actually, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. It's really good early game
It works with
presence.
Alice.
Yeah, and it works with last words in general because they're
I
last words.
personally
Yeah.
I personally really like this
Mm.
card. Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
say what happened. I think Portal used this card too because of Annie Sage. Oh yeah, this would be good
Wait,
for the
Portal. What? Sorry, Portal.
yeah, because Annie Sage could copy the spell, can't it?
Anisage is a Shadowcraft card.
Yeah, I was
Hello?
gonna say Anastasia is
Not Annie
Shadowcraft.
Sage. God damn it. Okay, I keep. Oh, the the
Bro,
the mini expansion legend. There we go.
the mini expansion legend. Which card? Viscaria? Wait, which card? Who are we talking? Antonita. Okay, Antitita, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
Her
Antitita.
her.
name
That's
is.
whatever her name is. The card that
Yeah.
copies neutral cards
Yeah.
and. But wasn't it
This
followers
could.
only?
Oh, would it follow it only? Because if so, that sucks.
I think this card's really good because it's 1 PP heal 1
It's-
recover EP and
it-
also these
Oh,
two
no, no,
loop each
it's
other.
good.
These two
Yeah,
loop each other.
Yeah,
look, it's 5 out of 5 for just Dark Alice alone.
Yeah.
I still like. I like how Lilith could use it though, just because it's like it's a body that could keep dying over and over again.
It does have a 1 turn delay, but it never dies because when Tsukiyomi dies, Amaterasu comes into play, and when Amaterasu dies, Tsukiyomi comes into play. Like they don't.
It's a wonderful.
I'm
loop.
pretty sure if I'm understanding it correctly, they are a loop together. As long as not both of them are ever in play.
And
Yeah.
that, and as long as your opponent doesn't
Banish.
use the giant
Banish.
spell to banish it, or return to your actually,
Or
if
return
it's
to
in your
hand,
hands,
yeah.
it's bad.
Okay,
Oh, this is lovely though. This one is
neutral.
good.
Snow, Pure
Mm.
Heart, Sage,
Snow.
2/2/1 gold. Put a random neutral follower from your deck into your hand, and then get another allied neutral follower +1/+1 and ward. So overall, already pretty good. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 because it's easy tutor. The other thing is that on Evo, it's for sword. I think. Yeah.
So for one,
Charlemagne.
she worked with the silver shadow card that we got that works with neutrals. Two, while she could accidentally add herself, she could actually add Alice to your hand. A lot of neutral cards for that matter, actually. So
I
she's
just
really
wish
good.
she didn't search herself because she can add herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see this as a Kyrie case.
Actually, 4 out of 5.
You're going Kyrie and Shion. Yeah, because the
Yeah.
issue is that there's. Hey, at least with Kyrie and Shion, you have a lot more search power.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in like the 3 out of 5. Like just I think finding herself is a bit too problematic for consistency.
I think this is good
the
for
only-
Charlemagne the most out of everyone. I think.
Yeah.
This
I
is
do.
also.
You know what?
This,
Personal. Yeah.
Yeah, Kuro?
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Personally, yeah. Personally, I like this card, but I don't know. I think this card is good, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's 5 out of 5. I say 4 out of 5.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
The 4 out of 5, and it would probably go into Shadow the most, so I'd say.
No, I think it's
So
going
there's a
to
Sword.
sword.
Shadow and
Yeah,
Sword.
it's
Shadow and Sword.
I would say that the neutrals from this set I think are more neutral
So
sword than
the
neutral
next
shadow.
neutral we're about to see, the next shadow we're about to see, the next bronze neutral we're about to see, well, probably not next one.
Next card, Relic
I don't like
Hunter,
this one.
5/5/3 silver, Crystallize 2, Countdown 2, Fanfare and Last Burst draw card. Rush, Fanfare, oh, that's...
Oh,
The
wow.
main body is whatever, but like, the Crystallize.
Yeah.
The Crystallize
Yeah.
could be good.
Crystallize that
yeah.
does the
I am giving
same.
this 4 out of 5. It can't, like, I mean, this is basically like, what's the card's name again? Like, Pure Heart
Or if-
Singer or whatever from like the really old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this
It's
is good.
3 out of 5 for me. 3 out of 5 for me. 'Cause
I think this is
it's
definitely getting
chaotic.
slotted in last words if there's still if there's nothing better. I think 'cause like it's draw too. I
I would
don't.
say
Yeah.
I would say it's 2 mana draw 2. I feel like that's a 4 out of 5 on
Mhm.
that.
All right,
Oh,
next
man.
card. Altaia, Angel of Judgment, 1/1/1 silver. Fanfare, change a non-neutral follower in play into a neutral follower, and then follower strike. If the enemy follower is neutral, destroy it. Okay. I mean it's basically just a glorified base.
2 to 3.
2 to
2 out
3.
of 5.
2 to 3 out of 5.
5.
It's a
I'm giving it
but-
I'm giving it a 1 out of 5 because
Give it
Yeah.
one.
I like. I mean, it's basically a Bane, but like you have to evolve it to
No,
destroy
if
it.
you think about it,
Well,
too, it's actually a
yeah.
weaker version of her original card.
Well, yeah. Well, you have that, and I feel like it like baning the opponent is like like it's not even just like it's like a waste in EV to do that. Like it's only good applications that turn like would be in the neutral shadow where you can turn a Shadowcraft last sword into a
Wait,
neutral
actually,
one.
here's the issue.
One
Actually,
I
to
mean,
be
I
honest,
guess it does have that synergy. Okay, I'll put it at 2 out of 5. Like it can.
there's
yeah,
actually
but
there's actually an issue with it though. The cards you could target, it's the ones that are
yeah,
gonna do jack to them because they usually all the cards you want to target have protection on them
yeah.
or some
I was
form of
I
like,
mean, I
destructive
think this card is very
effect.
specific for like stuff like Monica, for example. Monica only buffs Swordcraft followers, so you can turn something
Yeah,
into a
something like
neutral
this you
follower.
play.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
uh,
not convinced with the card.
I think it's unplayable. Like no matter between a 1 or 2 out of 5
Yeah,
Okay.
with
on
all
it.
restriction with the main effect, it would have been okay.
Next card.
All restriction on the
Angel
main
of War
effect.
2/2/1 Bronze. Rush. Enhance 4 on Fanfare. Summon itself and then last put a Fount of Angels in your hand. And the Fount of Angels is a 1 play point countdown 2 that buffs a follower. And then last word draw a card. 5 out of 5. It's
Yeah,
last words.
it's
It's
neutral
roll
sword
sword and neutral last words.
shadow.
Shadow,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
last one was
Yep.
weapon actually.
Yeah. This is
yeah,
4 last words in enhanced 4.
yeah,
And
Honestly,
on
it's
yeah,
a yeah.
and on sword, it's 2 self evos.
yeah.
The next card though is definitely Shadow.
Next card, Aldous, Stylish Saint, 2/1/2 bronze. Last words deal X damage to random enemy follower. X equals the follower's attack. Restore Y defense trigger. Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's last words.
But
Like,
it's not a
is
good
it?
last words.
It,
I feel like
it's a
it's two
Are
out of
we?
neutral option
five.
I
with
feel like if you're
Uber.
really desperate for healing, like sure, but
I don't think
I
it's
don't think
worth
so.
it enough.
Yeah,
All it does is like
Mhm,
heal, and I don't even think
I
two
mean,
out of
it
five.
deals. Yeah, I would
mhm.
say two, like 1 or 2. That's at best.
Kyria lands 1 play point bronze amulet. During your turn, when an allied neutral follower comes into play, give it +1 and rush, and then destroy this amulet. Then last verse draw. Okay, so neutral shadow and neutral sword together.
the temporary deck actually for Shadow has this card in it, so
It's
they knew where they
yeah,
were
Yeah,
going.
it's both shadow and sword because it's like
Yeah,
whatchamacallit, it's plus
it
it's not +1,
synergizes.
it's a cycle whilst doing a
yeah,
last words and a self evo for sword. Okay. I'll give this 5 out of
yeah,
5. Okay, so we ended up on a
yeah,
pretty good note.
yeah,
I
yeah.
entirely still hate the entirety of Haven.
Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think this is probably like 2 hours worth of footage that I'm gonna have to edit through, but it's been fun to look
Good
through
luck.
everything. So I apologize for a lot of the cuts and like any background noise that you might have heard from my end. But yeah, overall, what do you guys think of the Ace expansion so far before it releases in a couple of hours?
Uh,
Right.
I
I
think it's
am
fine.
praying for artifacts.
I think
I would
it's
say I
pretty
think it's
good.
fine. The
I
thing I
think the
cared way
thing,
more about was the balance patch. I really don't like that half the set is unplayable to unlimited off of it.
Oh yeah,
So,
Resurgence.
I
yeah,
Honestly,
per yeah, I personally like the fact that Blood has
A new deck.
like a new deck, like a new deck like idea, and it's between, honestly, looking right now, between either Portal or Blood for me.
okay, the only three decks I see having a 4 decks is Sword. Well, actually, no, you guys mentioned Lockroot, so Lockroot's actually one of them. I also like those 2 decks. I'm hopeful for artifacts. I love artifacts.
hmm
And I may have some hopes for the Blood deck. I still am iffy on it, but there's that. Mysteria is going to be interesting, though.
For me, I am not too like negative about this set. I just wish that the Resurgent cards actually had new artworks because I don't really see why they couldn't do that because there's so many artworks in Rage of Bahamut that they could have just taken anyway. So like if they were able to make new cards from like using new artworks or like they made Helio a new form and Helio is an old card, so like I don't know, I feel like that's mainly my only miss
yeah,
about this expansion because like even
Fair.
Alice has an alt art form, so they clearly still had
yeah.
budget for artworks.
I would say
Mhm.
I feel like any wet art supposed to be the positive about the Resurgent Legends, and like the weird thing about their art and the weird legality is all
Wait, that's
dependent
not.
on whatever the new format that comes
Wait,
out right
Link,
before the game
you
ends.
do have, You do have to note this though, Link, is that all the new Resurgent cards, well, not new. Well, I guess you could say new. All of them have new voice lines actually.
They do have, yeah, everything about them is new except for the artwork. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like we could have just had
Weird.
new
Like, when
artworks.
they,
But
I know some people are so pissed about the Resurgent thing.
for me, I'm a bit middle of the road for it because there's not a lot of them that I kind of want in Unlimited anyways. Like there's some that could have been
The
like
only ones
really
I would have all
cool.
wanted are the artifact. To be fair,
I would
Um,
say,
I'm more of a
I would say
patient player.
all of the rune mysterias.
yeah, that would have been
Would have
really
been
nice. I will
Oh,
say my favorite.
Mysteria would have loved
The
them.
deck that I am looking forward to play the most out of everything, it's probably like I like Control Forest. Despite like the sadness that state is, like I like this playstyle.
Because
I
I'm
can't
I
wait
definitely
to try
definitely
out
excited for
Mysteria
one.
because Mysteria finally is back and it actually uses dual barrier as a win con because back
Oh,
then,
by the way, Link, I
yeah,
do need to know something. The Golem segment card, Summoning Disaster, is that going to be the replacement for Logic? Or
I
probably.
think so. But you can also
Yeah.
just not play it because you can just max the other existing
Yeah,
dirt
because
cards.
if Dirt Rune is going to still be tier 1, I may have to make it because I do have 69,000
I'm planning to
points.
climb with Dirt Room when the expansion comes out. I'm speedrunning,
Yeah,
or trying to anyways.
of course
Um,
you are.
well, I haven't speedrun since like Asphalt, so like it's about
I would
time.
say I would say Chalent Haven and Unlimited is my speed run for this expansion.
I'm probably going to be
And
using
yeah,
Illusia still, sadly.
to like end it off, I'm just okay. I think that's
Goodbye.
everything for I think that's everything for Resurgent Legends. We might be back for the May expansion if our time schedule aligns, and I will be trying my best to make videos for this expansion since I haven't made one in months. So, yeah, goodbye everyone. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Um,
Don't worry.
Well, ciao.